Irish was breaking up on me. Okay, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
Lab said, "You can't make this shit up. You can't do it." Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Oh, I just
Oh
got my
my God.
notification. Let me. You really can't. Like, does she really think that she's gonna? What is she gonna do? Like, she's gonna call the law on UFTA for super chatting Shannon. Oh my goodness, that is a law now. I didn't know that was against the law.
Well, UPTA's already given her $1,500, so that's committed her to not being able to give to anybody else,
Ah, is that what it is? I reckon I get it. I reckon I get it. I really don't, but I don't want to.
I got up this morning, I've done all my little chores, and I'm going to clay bar my car. My son-in-law did like a little section of my car. I don't know if you've seen the clay bar yet, but oh, it looks so
Clay
good.
bar.
So, yeah, it's like
What is
this
that?
it's like this clay, and you scrub your car with it. You have like a sprayer, and you
Oh
spray it, and then
yeah.
oh, my car the little section he did looks like glass. So he was like, he said the guy that
Oh,
details my car uses this. So he said, next week or whatever, when you're up, I'll send your car to that guy and have him clay bar your car. Well, screw that. I got nothing to do. I'll clay bar my own car. So I was
right.
going to get up this morning and go, to the store and try to find the little clay bar kit. And somebody sent me to go look at that because I quit watching. I can't even watch. It's so ridiculous at this point.
It
And
is. It truly is.
Hey,
I mean, I spit coffee everywhere. I was laughing so hard.
Hey, brother Reefer
she kept
man.
writing on that paper that Shannon was a scam. Because
Shannon was a scam.
because people were super chatting Shannon. Now,
And
But
okay,
she
that
wasn't
makes her a
putting up any
scammer.
fake. She didn't put up any fake cause or anything. She wasn't saying, "Send me money. I'm dying of
No.
ALS. Send me money. I got to move. My trailer has mold in it. Send me money. I can't
Mm.
pay
yeah,
my."
exactly.
Hey,
Hey,
Lord.
Christy. Hey, Irish.
Hey, everybody. Can't see the chat. Oh,
and
good
so
morning, Miss
I'm sitting here
Christie.
and she's holding these papers up, and I'm trying to read it, and she said, "And I'm the scam. I'm the scam." Well, I didn't see
Lord.
nobody do a what do you call it, fundraiser for Shannon. So
No.
Yeah, no.
so hey, evidently she needs another $3,000.
Oh, she's been revving up. Like I said, I quit watching a couple months ago, but you could already tell, like a couple months before that, she started loving the STS and stuff again. She was already revving up to
Mhm.
kissing their butt to getting back in that cycle, like trying to get back with all the people that she had done bad stuff to that give her money.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
Lisa Arky. Didn't Lisa Arky send her a microwave or something like that?
yes, and
Lisa Arky sent her a microwave. I thought she sent her something else too before that.
and she's
Mm.
been dry begging for a microwave for I don't know how long. Every time she
Oh,
goes in
Lord.
her kitchen, she'd make a little comment about I don't have a microwave, and so it's. But she says what gets me is she'll attack content creators for having a join button or a PayPal or whatever, and she has her PayPal under almost all her stuff. So you're damning them for the same exact thing. That's I think what gets me the most about hers. We're all hypocrites to a certain degree, but I think she's like right up there at the gold star, wearing her brownie button, sitting at the head of the table.
Right.
I chair this hypocritical committee. Damn it!
This is still a trailer. This is still a trailer.
Did you see where she was holding up the pill? She held up the first time she held up one pill bottle. Then she took the lid off of it, opened it up, turned
Yeah.
it to where you could see there was pills in it, put the lid back on it. And then 5 minutes later she did it again. But I think she was meaning to make it look like it was a different pill bottle. Well, dumbass, it was the same pill bottle, same pills.
Yeah, and those are 1 milligram Klonopin that she was holding up.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Clancy.
Clancy.
Hey, Bubba. I just
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
Angela.
Hey, Angelo, my bro.
So these were lives that she did this morning because I don't watch her or anything
Yeah,
anymore.
it was.
I just went to the
She did this
community page.
I don't know, Lab. I mean, I'm assuming went from last night to this morning because it was so early. Like, dadgum.
Oh, she went last night too. Oh
Uh-huh.
Lord.
There was a part due. Part due. Part due.
Oh, goodness.
Bringing out her French and all.
I
Part
did
due.
see.
I have to do a part 3 because she does everything in 3s.
I did see
There you go.
We got 2. We got 3 to get through.
That's right.
right above this one, or one or two above this one. I noticed she put some, or below, or somewhere in there, because I hadn't looked in a while. So when I looked at that one, I kind of scrolled through the community for a second, and I guess it's William's birthday is coming up or whatever. So she was wanting money for William's birthday. So yeah, it's going to get ugly until she.
Yeah, until somebody gives her money for his birthday, it's gonna be fun.
But she sits there and she attacks everybody, but what she fails to divulge, or is what she always does. She manipulates things, but she has said this herself and let it slip. She may not be on there asking them for money all the time, but she gets them to be her friends and be on her Facebook and stuff, and then she private messages them to pay her bills. So, and that's her. She has let that slip. So,
well, she puts her after her streams are over, she'll go in her own comment section and put her hey Suze. She'll put her PayPal in there, right? She does that herself. Like she'll after the stream is over and you can leave a comment, the very first comment you see on every one of her videos is herself putting her PayPal. She's a drug using whore, doctor shopper. Oh God.
So tell me this: how is it that it's any different for any of them because they have husbands, or because Randy has a job? She's not allowed to do it, but Tammy gets money every month, and she claims it's from a job that she worked for, and that's the government paying her. So how is she entitled to money when everybody isn't, if she worked for money and she gets it in the mail every month? So what's the difference? You're still getting, she has a husband. They have husbands. What's the difference?
I think the difference with her is in her head, because obviously sleeping with inmates didn't pay that much. Just saying.
No, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the title of what that charge would be. To have that charge hanging over my head would be horrible. But I'm going to type it in the private chat, and you tell me if we're allowed to actually say that.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess maybe somewhere along the line she didn't read her job description, because she wasn't listed on the commissary list. So, she wasn't supposed to have anything to do with the inmates. Just saying.
So she was confusing herself for the honey bun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Is that allowed to be said out loud, or on? They have so many rules. I don't know.
I wouldn't think that would be anything wrong with saying that. I don't think
there's anything wrong with that.
Nope.
Okay. So if it were me and I were charged with, and this is the charge, I have friends that when I worked for the prison, before I left, I was overseeing private prisons. Private prisons span all over the place. So I made some pretty high up friends working in that division. So I asked, or, inquiring minds want to know, and they said that charge would be sexual penetration of an incarcerated offender. I could not imagine going around with something like that on my record. Just look, sexual penetration of an incarcerated offender.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why, if you're a woman, how it's sexual penetration, but That's what they call the charge. So I'm like, okay. Yep.
I don't know. I just can't. The more you listen to Tammy, and the more, I mean, she's just way out there.
Well, Angelo, okay, so if we're going by her rules, then yes, you are allowed to have a PayPal. Unless Nancy works. If Nancy works, you are not allowed to have a join button or a PayPal.
Exactly. And if you do, and you super chat anybody else that has super chat, PayPal, or a join button, Tammy is going to file charges on you.
Exactly. File charges.
Everybody beware. No
You
more
in big trouble.
You're going to be in big trouble.
You're going down.
We've got a new sheriff in town, and she
Going.
carries a big stick.
You in big trouble, mister. Big trouble.
Oh my God, when I see that, I just spit coffee everywhere.
I did too. I was sitting out on my porch. I got the little message to go look, and I'm like, oh God, she's talking shit about me again. But it wasn't, thank God. And I read it and I only knew what it was about because I watched Shannon's stream. And so I knew Ufta had, sent her that. So I just spit shit everywhere. I was laughing so hard. I actually needed a good laugh. That was funny.
Oh my God. And the one, she was scrolling through her phone, showing pictures and everything on her phone, screenshots she's taken. And one of the screenshots that she stopped on, evidently she was trying to show somebody's comment, but it had Susan underneath of it. And I thought, oh, hell no, she's going to start on now. Oh, my God, she's going to go after the ducks.
She'll be calling the ASPA or whatever it's called on Susan for duck abuse.
Susan, you better be watching what you're feeding them ducks. Tammy's watching everybody now. You've got to watch. No more slipping them any little treats or anything.
That's right.
Nothing inside.
It's for the duck law. For the duck law.
Oh God.
And she works with Parks and Wildlife. That goes along with that that undercover police officer work, Susan. So don't you think she don't know everything you're doing? Don't you know? You be careful who you're messing with, woman, when you're out there with them ducks. Damn it.
I can't. I
Duck
can't.
defiler.
People. Oh my God, I can't with some of these people. Oh, it hurts to laugh. Oh, it hurts to laugh. Oh God. Oh.
It's sad, but if you just stop and just listen, everything with her goes back to money. It's about money and jealousy, and it's so sad that this is just my take on it. If you want money that bad, then get out and earn some. Get out and earn some. Don't just sit there and let it eat you alive.
I'm waiting for her big blow up because word was when they did that fundraiser for her that they took in 6,000 or a little more, because there was other people who was tallying up what was coming in. And one of the mods that's no longer a mod for STS let it slip that they took in around $6,000. They only gave her 3.
So that was what she was so angry about. Is that what? Okay. See, because I had never really heard of her. I had only started seeing little clips of her when she started attacking the ship, and all of us saying we were criminals, we were drug addicts, and I was kind of like, who the hell is this woman? And she doesn't even know half of us. And I mean, I can't be a criminal or a drug addict with the job I've had for almost 25 years. I mean, shit, I get, and so you're sitting here, you don't even know us. which I get. We have screen names and stuff, some of us, but still we go by those names and we have friends, and you put shit out there. And I've learned years ago that a lot of times what people remember is the negative things that were ever said about you, even if there was no truth or foundation to it. So it did kind of tick me off a little bit, because that goes against everything my career is about. So if I think that's the only reason I took such offense to it, is because that is my career. So something like that, if somebody did put my name with it, that could actually cause me problems with my career. Now, anybody with any sense would go back and look at my record, and, I have my fingerprints, my drug testing, and we do all that regular stuff and know better, but still, you've put that stigma on me. So what if I go back to work and somebody that I'm overseeing sees that and puts that out there,
Right.
It's very reckless what she does, because she doesn't base it on anything. And then what'd she do? She cried, I think, at one point afterwards, and said that STS put her up, was feeding her all that when she was mad and flipping on them, that it was all their fault. Hey, Mike, what's up?
How you doing? Glad
Mike's one of my favorite people.
Hi. But yeah, I totally agree with everything you just said, because with your job is similar to what I did. And for me, I had to be fingerprinted, had to go through all the drug testing, had to be background check, FBI check, DEA check, because what I did was worked in the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go through all of that. So somebody putting something like that out there would have just jeopardized me totally.
And see, all it takes is, people are always slipping up on who you are, and all it would take was one person to put out who you are, and that to get out there, and then you've got what makes me angry is it's hard to defend yourself against a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I've noticed on YouTube, and I've dealt with this in the criminal justice system, but with YouTube, they throw it out there, and then you work so hard to prove that it didn't happen and show everybody your receipts or whatever, and then the person that started is like, oh, okay, whatever. Meanwhile, you went through all this bullshit, and they know that. The ones that have no integrity, they're just pieces of shit that's what they do. They just sling it out there. They know you're going to prove at some point that what they did was a lie, but they don't care. They just got you tied up in it, and they had a little fun while they were at it.
Oh, God. Really, Angelo?
I just want everyone's father, because apparently, according to Satan, pill snorter.
Oh, my Lord. Oh. You better age a little bit before you become my father.
Oh, Angelo, I have a screenshot for you. I totally forgot about that, but she seems to be not the only one that thinks that because you were in the foster care system or whatever. I got my receipts, bro. I got my receipts. I'll put it in the group chat when we get off of here.
Oh, my Lord.
She's a hot ass mess.
Big time.
I
couldn't believe she was putting Ufta, of all people. Like, really? Wasn't Ufta the one that gave half of that $3,000 to you, little girl? I think so. Hey, fucker, Mike. Dang. Hey, cutie pie.
Well, before I quit watching a while back, she was going after Ufta for something, and I think I pieced together maybe it was Ufta questioned whether they should do the fundraiser for her or something. I don't know. It's hard to follow, but I guess that was why she was angry. Well, evidently Ufta if that was the situation, she was correct, because you did not do with the money what you said you were going to do with it. And you misled people to believe that you had ALS and that there was a truck that was supposed to deliver your wheelchair and your ramp, and it couldn't get down your road. And I mean, because that was when
Yeah,
I was kind
I
of
remember.
spot watching, because
Mhm.
all that happened with all that happened with STS right after she attacked the ship and was saying all this stuff about everybody. And I guess it was all really tied into the money, is kind of what she was saying. So all I had to look at was old videos of her. And I didn't see the same behavior in the old videos, a little bit, but not as much. As I didn't listen enough to catch on to all the lies. You know, I only listened to a few seconds or minutes at a time. And that's why I used to watch Flannel Board, and Flannel did reaction videos on Foodie Beauty and Trisha. So one time she
Mhm.
kind of said, well, you know, she's running out of material, or she's getting bored with these people. Does anybody have any suggestions? Well, I had been watching Spirit Finder because she had attacked all of us, and I'm trying to figure out, is she evil? Is she crazy? What's the deal? I can't piece it together, because when I look at her videos that I've seen, the old ones, she doesn't act as nutty as she does now, you know. So I was kind of confused. So I put in and it's right there in the comment section where said, check out Spirit Finder or whatever. I don't remember the exact words or whatever. So, and if you're not an idiot like her and you actually listen to Flannel's video of her, of Corey
Mhm.
Feldman, she just
Mhm.
says, thank you or whatever, basically for recommending that. She went through her videos and that's the one she picked. It doesn't say
Yeah.
anything. I did not send the damn. I don't even. Let me make this very clear. I am not smart enough to know how to send it. I have to send Angelo and Steve-O messages to figure out how to do any freaking thing. So I'm just gonna. I'll wear my shame flag. I am not smart enough to be figuring out how to be. Now I've kind of figured stuff out, but back then, no, I didn't have a clue.
That's about
And
like me putting Laura Lee on a dating site. Lavender, I said, girl, I haven't dated in so long. Back when I was dating, we had a like a hotline you could call, and it was, but the dating sites that I went to was the bowling alley and the skating rink. It was like I don't even know how to put someone on a dating website. What the hell? I'm not smart enough. I'll admit that. I'm just not.
well, and this is me. If I had sent that video, what the hell do I care what she thinks or any of her friends think? I would be like, hell
Mhm.
yeah, I sent that video because I can't figure out if you're effing nuts or not, and I wanted a second opinion. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I did recommend her, and what's funny is Flannel came back with the exact same. We hadn't talked about it. I had only put that little comment. She came back with the same thing. I can't tell if this is mental illness. I can't tell if this is drug abuse. I can't tell. If you listen, it's only like a 6-minute video. So I was kind of like, well, that didn't help me none, because that's exactly where I'm stuck at. What is it?
A lot of people say that they miss the way that Tammy used to be. And she used to be, really like, mm, I wouldn't call her comical, but she was entertaining as far as like the what is his name? You just said it. Uh, she's obsessed with the guy.
Oh,
Um,
Corey
yeah,
Feldman
yes,
or whatever.
Corey Scott Feldman. Yes, when she was on him, it was kind of funny, and she would talk about the Bible a little bit, but she's totally changed. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
mute.
And see, that's what I had seen when I was looking back at stuff, trying to figure out, because before I react or, go back at somebody for saying something about me, I always kind of stop and kind of look at that person and look at the situation. Because running my mouth before I stop and think has gotten me in lots of trouble over the years. So I would like to think at 53, I'm kind of starting to figure it out, to kind of shut up and look at things before you say something.
Yeah.
But
Well, we all do that. I mean, we all react and say something and then catch hell for it later. I mean, that's just typical. But me, I typically don't have a filter, so whatever pops into my head usually comes out my mouth. So. And you all know that just by reading our group chat. So, but yeah, I don't know about her at all. I mean, you'll watch her one time and she's very lucid at everything she's saying. There's no out in left field type thing going on. And then 5 minutes later, it's totally different. And if you notice, she'll change her tones.
Yep.
If her husband walks in the room or her son walks in the room, all of a sudden everything changes.
That's what makes me think. Everybody always says schizophrenia. That's what makes me think it is not, because I don't have a degree or anything like she does, but I've worked with a lot of people that have had schizophrenia and had to deal with them, especially in our outpatient facilities. You know, I've had to show up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to deal with somebody that they're trying to throw out of a program that has a mental illness, and I'm trying to fight to keep them in the program and dealing with the police officers, and they can't distinguish. Well, I mean, when they're in that mindset, the whole world is different. And so I've never seen them where they could cut it on and off like that. I mean, guess maybe I'm not an expert. Maybe you can. Maybe there's somebody out there that has more expertise in it and knows that, yes, depending on who you see or who walks in, you can cut it on and off. But I've never seen that. To me, it's a very sad illness, because a lot of the people that I've met that had it were actually really good people. And then they would go into those very short phases that wouldn't last very long, and they would not be themselves. So it was like you were dealing with, 2 different people. But I don't see that in her. And I watch her eyes, and because that's another part of my job, when they come in and you're walking, if you watch people's mannerisms, you watch when they come and go, and you request that there's drug testing and stuff done on them for certain things. I would definitely, when she walked in with the glassy eyes and the way she's acting and stuff, and the enlarged pupils and stuff, I would say I want her drug tested. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed before I quit watching that every time she would be at those movies in that bathroom, she would look high as a freaking kite.
Yeah.
High as a kite.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, feisty redhead. Hey, sweetheart.
I like that.
My thing is, when I first started, the very first time I ever started watching her, she wasn't anything like she is now. I'm kind of wondering if she's been playing off this mental illness thing to get money.
I think she's been playing off of it her life to get out of shit that she does. To me, she strikes me as somebody that has impulse disorder.
Yeah.
And so maybe intermittent explosive disorder, definitely oppositional defiance disorder and stuff. And, there's that nature versus nurture kind of thing. And sometimes with the nurture thing, you build up skills, and you would hope they would build good skills, but I think she's built bad skills. And the fact that, have you ever met the kind of person that's willing to take it to any level to make you back down? Like they want their way, like a bad kid that's going to, and you're like, holy shit, what am I do? This kid will absolutely not stop. I've tried every trick in the book. She reminds me of one of those that is willing to raise it to any level she has to win. It's like, and they can't handle it when they are dealing with somebody they can't set off, or that they can't, or, but those kind of people usually meet their match at some point in their life with somebody that's willing to take it a little bit higher than they are. But that's what she reminds me of, oppositional defiance, that type of thing.
Yeah. But Angela's exactly right. It's a way for her to gimp the system, get what she needs from them, and yet still get what she needs from everybody on YouTube for the little extra handouts.
I think when she gets in trouble with the law, I think she definitely goes to the mental illness, because I don't know, last year before, it all runs together. Something was going on, and she thought, I guess somebody was actually going to press charges on her. And she was like, I've already called, and they know that they're going to have special accommodations for me and all this, so they're not going to do X, Y, and Z. And then I've heard her many a time brag about lying in court. And I lied. you know, and I got away with it. And I lied. I think I even did a clip on it one time because I was so mad because people were attacking Shannon and stuff. And here's this woman sitting there about domestic violence, bragging that she lied in a court of law about domestic violence, that she was actually the aggressor. Oh, that was back when I said I felt sorry for William and everybody attacked me for it. And because in my mind, watching her personality, I can definitely see her as an aggressor or as a person that's going to push him until, you know, and then she had finally admitted to it. What got me is all these people attacked me, but then a couple of days later, she came back and admitted to like blocking him to not let him out of the house and telling him when he was leaving that Scotty's daddy was better than him and the sack and all this other shit. So, so there's your truth. You know, she had this big side. And what worried me about the whole thing is you're putting this out there live about William and all these people are patting you on the head. What if somebody calls the freaking cops on domestic violence and reports that he's abused you? Because I have no doubt in my mind she is a me person. If she can say she loves her son all day long and her husband, but she will flip on them. It is about saving herself. And she proved that when she put up all those clips in the bar and everything talking about, please give me money in the comments because I need to get away from Scotty and William. They do. There you go. You just threw your husband and your son under the bus.
Yep. When she was in the bar.
Yes.
I only seen like clips of it because I didn't watch it. I actually didn't watch that one.
She put it in the comments in writing, and then she even apologized on one of them to somebody that she has been attacking, horribly attacking them and their kid. I mean, horrible things put in there. You were right that I was whatever, and you were correct on what you said about me. And I thought, oh my God, you have dragged this person for almost a year now, doxed them, said terrible things about their child. I mean, just went at them relentlessly about this one comment. And in here, you're admitting it was the truth. Yeah. That shows your character right there, that it's all smoke and mirrors, all smoke and mirrors.
Cutie Pie, for some reason, it's Google. They monitor the chats. And some things will set it off to where they delete it. I'm not sure why, but they do. It's really a pain in the butt. But when the clips that I saw of her when she was in the bar and she was ranting and raving in the bar, the only thing that I could think of was I bet they made a fortune that night in that bar, because everybody around her, stayed even longer just to see what the crazy lady was going to do.
I haven't been in a bar in so long. You know they did, though. You know that they were watching her talk on her phone and stuff, which I'm surprised in that type of bar, back in the day, they didn't have cell phones and stuff when I was younger and I actually worked for a little while at a bar. And if you would have cut a live stream on in a bar, you would have got your ass whooped, because you know how many people are in that bar that their wives or husbands think that they're still at work and haven't got off yet and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That would have been funny, though, her on a live stream and some angry woman come in there and rip some girl's hair out for sitting. That just would have added to that.
And then to call your husband a crybaby because you went to the bar. I'm an alcoholic and I went to the bar and my husband's being a crybaby about it. Okay, well, the only thing he's being a crybaby about is the fact that he didn't pack his shit and leave you. I mean, you've cheated on him. You brag about cheating on him. I would tell you straight up, I wouldn't pull that shit with my husband. We've been together over 30-something years, and I love him, and and we're good. But if I pulled some shit like that and made him think that I was going to go out and cheat and was going to go get drunk and all that, my shit would probably be out in the front yard, even though this particular home that we're in belongs to me. But my shit would probably be in the yard.
Well, definitely.
He wouldn't be packing his shit and going to one of our other houses. He would be like, No, no, no.
Yeah. Mm-mm. No, that whole situation over there. I mean, you have to laugh. I don't see how how her husband and her son cannot sit and just laugh.
Oh, the ball clackers, cutie pie. Man, I was a ball clacking maniac. I was the queen of them, buddy. On one of Shannon's comments, we were all laughing about stuff that we did when we were kids. You know,
Yeah.
she posted some games, and them ball clackers were something that I would be going to town, hit my wrist, and I'd think I broke it, and my parents would be like, "Suck it up." At that time, when I was about that age, my dad was in the military still before he got sick, and my dad had lots of different jobs. So my dad was a hard ass. So unless you're just like laying in the yard and can't breathe and need CPR, you're gonna get squirted with the water hose and told to shut up.
Oh Lord. Oh man.
But dodgeball, we were talking about dodgeball. That, and see, that's what YouTube should be about. We were all in those comments laughing and sharing memory and just having a good time. That's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about having to worry about somebody bringing up your past, calling your children, calling your grandparents. It shouldn't be about that. It should be about people just being able to come have fun. And now, I don't think having a comment on what somebody does is wrong. I mean, I call it shady drama, but there's a difference between shady drama and nasty drama. And what people go to now is nasty drama. It's not just shady drama. You know what I mean?
No, it's all anymore. It's nothing like it used to be at all. Now it's see how low you can actually get, how vile you can be, and it doesn't matter who you bring into it.
And see, to me, that's a back off tactic. To me, somebody that reacts like that, like her and Katie, them, that is a tactic to say, I'm going to do anything. You're going to back off me. You're not going to challenge me. You're not going to stand up to me. You're not, I'm going to control you, and this is how I'm going to control you. So that's what that is to me. That's just people that really, really have something to hide, and they're willing to go to any lengths to get you to back off them because they have an agenda, and their agenda is to make money. I believe most of them.
Yeah, the majority of it is. And it's just like with that the whole Mark Terry thing. I don't watch him. I didn't watch him from the first time it came out on Twitter with the stolen valor. That right there did it for me. So I really didn't see the whole attraction with him to begin with after that.
And see, I don't know who he is. I've seen him in Shannon's chat, and we've had to block him because he got really, I assume it was him, somebody under the same, or everybody would say that's who it was. It was like a red T or something like that, but that's who they said it was. So I assume it was him, and his comments were so inappropriate, he had to be blocked. So and then when I do ask who he is, everybody's like, oh, don't even go down that rabbit hole. So I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I've seen clips from Twitter. I've seen screenshots that, people have got and stuff like that. No. I think I seen him one time. This was before the stolen valor thing. And I don't think he went by the whatever it is T. He was going by something else then. And he was on Lisa's panel. Was where I seen him the first time. And I didn't really care for him then. I listened for a few minutes, said hi to Lisa, and I cut out. There was just something that I didn't care about, There was just something there that I didn't like. And then it was probably a few months later after that it came out on Twitter about Stolen Valor. And I said, I knew there was something that I didn't like about him. So I didn't subscribe to him. I didn't watch him. None of that.
See, and I was thinking he was more like a troll until people started talking about stuff, and I realized he has a channel. But that's how a lot of people build their channel. They go out there and troll, and then they're as disgusting and as low as they can go, and their numbers skyrocket. And lying is one of the big things I guess people love around here. So
yeah,
I mean, he'll probably have a higher sub count than a lot of the really good channels that provide actual, good time to people, sadly.
Mm-hmm. But see, that was the one thing that kind of bothered me when the whole Stolen Valor thing come out, because everybody was saying that he was part of Boyd. And excuse me. And then the Stolen Valor thing come out. I could not understand why there were only a few of the people in Boyd going after him for the Stolen Valor. Because the Boyd that I remember when I first came to YouTube, if you claimed Valor and it was found out to be false, they ran you out. I mean, they went after you hard. But nobody was doing that to him. Only a few. Lindy was. I think Boris was at one time. Those were the only two that I can remember that were absolutely going after him. I know Holly brought it to Twitter. But Holly's really not Boyd either, so but I couldn't understand why Boyd was allowing him to continue when so many other people before him, they really went after.
I think it's because so many people nowadays don't understand or respect our military, because they live in their own little wrapped up world of like drama and stuff like this. They don't understand that without these men and women that put on those uniforms and go put their lives on the line, whether they're sitting behind a desk or not, I've heard a lot of people, slam people for not active service or whatever. It's not about whether they see active service. Sign lives away at any moment they could see it, and that they're willing to see it. People don't even understand what their freedoms are about. Half these people get on here and act stupid. What they don't realize is if they were born in another country, some of these other countries, they wouldn't be getting psych meds. The minute they started acting abnormal or whatever, they would have probably had they would have probably already whacked them. You know what I mean? Because you can't work, you're not going to, your family's going to take care of you, you're going to die. So I think there's a blessing in a country like we live in. I come from a big military family. I mean, my brother was in Iraq. My brother did, I want to say 5 tours, but I know 4 tours for sure. And my brother was part of the 3rd Infantry that attacked Baghdad, that went over in the middle of the night, what they called the Spearhead, that entered, the first group that entered. My brother was in that, and I'm not going to lie. I have brothers, and I'm not a crybaby at all. And I kid you not, every night before I went to work, I would check news, and they were talking to the and I was eyes out every night, worried about my brother. It makes me want to cry now.
Yeah, you got some robot going. Oh, she booped. She'll be back here in a minute. And there she is. Are you okay now? Lavender, you'll have to drop and come.
On
Oh,
here.
you're still
How
real
the
quick.
hell does their service not matter? The whole reason we can be in these chats and have the opinions we have is because of people like them that went over and fought, or represented our country to keep us safe and for us to be allowed to do. There are countries that are not even allowed to be on social media. Isn't China or one of them not even allowed to do social media?
To be honest with you, I don't think they are.
No, my high horse.
You're fine. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And you had so many of them taking up for him and going over there and telling him, well, you can't do this. You shouldn't do that. You should try this, do this. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Oh, she booped. She'll be back. All right, there you are.
I think I kept getting phone calls, so I think I got knocked off. But yeah, it makes me mad when they military. It makes me mad.
Yeah.
When they don't respect the military, it makes me mad.
It does me too. It's aggravating. It is really aggravating.
Which I used to follow on social media all the time, and I took a long time before I even went to go watch him, Mandy, because my favorite thing for him when I would argue with it, I called him Tom Twat, because I felt like he was a big puss for letting his wife act the way she did, and I stand by that. I don't like the old talk twat. I do like Sean now. But I don't see the same behavior in him that I did. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you can not like people and then like them later on, So.
Yeah. Hi, Tara. In one of Tammy's live streams, she was walking by, and I don't. It's just some savage posted just reminded me of it. She was walking by her couch. That couch was so full of stuff. You couldn't see it. The only reason why you knew it was a couch was because you could see the back of it.
But yet she talks about everybody else's house.
Yeah. And today she was showing walls, and she showed the torn wallpaper, and I think it was a hole in the wall. I'm like, why are you showing this when you're going to talk about everybody else?
Because she has no shame. She thinks that's being transparent. Look at, I show everything. I show how I live. But you know what it goes back to? Most people I know a lot of people, there are days I do not want to clean my house. When I used to work, there were weeks I didn't want to clean my house. But you know what? I love my family. I don't want my family to live in a dirty house. I want my kids to think not to think I love them, to know I love them. I want my husband to know that I love him and appreciate him. So now that I'm retired, I can sit on my ass and say, guess what? I did my time. I bring a check into this house, so I don't have to get up and clean. I'm not the housewife. Hell no, my husband's out there busting his ass. So even on days I don't want to, I get up, especially right before he gets home. I walk through and I make sure everything's clean. I have supper ready for him. I usually text him to make sure exactly what time he's going to be there so it'll be hot and stuff. And I don't do that because I have to. I don't do that because he expects it. I do that because I love him and I want him to feel important and feel special and know that I appreciate what he does. To me, she does cooking and cleaning, taking care of her family, shows me that not only does she not respect herself, she does not respect her family. No. Now, I know, don't get me wrong, I know there's people that are in depression and have issues and they go through spurts where they can't do it. That's a little different. That woman's houses look like that since I started watching 2 years ago. And you can go to the gym, so you're not that damn depressed. If you can go to the gym and be there 6 to 8 hours like she claims, you can take 10 effing minutes and pick your living room up and vacuum.
Oh, I know. It's I'm like, oh my Lord. And she wants to constantly talk about Shannon's house, the carport, and all this and that. But has anybody ever paid attention to the fact that she lives in 2 trailers? It's one small trailer, and they took another trailer and put onto it, and they never bothered to even paint it all one color. So she's got 2 different colors going.
Oh, I've never even looked. I have never noticed that.
Yes. She's the front part of it, I think, is like maybe a blue. It's a blue or something. And the back half of it is a beige. Yeah, it is. I noticed that one day, and I took a screenshot and I sent it to somebody, and I said, tell me I'm not seeing 2 different colors here. This isn't one of those Facebook things, you look, say, do you see this color, and it's something else? No, it's actually 2 trailers put together.
She's dragging her landlord, but if you actually look at her trailer, it looks like it's one of the nicer ones. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it, it looked like it had a jacuzzi tub. It has like a little separate dining room area and stuff. If she was they had the wall and everything like that, it would be a cute little house. It's going to be cool people to walk around your stinking house, pick your clothes up, and stuff like that. Okay, if you have hangers,
you're roboting bad, honey.
Yeah, you're roboting really bad. You got headphones?
Yeah, you have any headphones? I think that's what's messing up.
Yep, try taking them off.
Hi, girls. I'm sorry I'm late. I was just talking to Zigzag. She'll be in.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can you hear
love
me?
You.
We love you too. But
okay. I can I say I've got to mention something, because right now, Irish, y'all. Okay. Oh my God. Anyway, can I say something about the Shannon stuff?
Yeah. You can say anything you want up here.
All right. Last night on Savage's panel, there's just some deception that I heard from G. Okay, now listen. Yes, yes, and I will own it 100%. I did message Mandy and tell Mandy to get off of G's panel because she was being berated. I did say that. All right, now on another panel that Mandy got berated on by G, Mandy said that it was 4 people that had told her, me being one. But then last night on Savages, G said that Mandy told him it was just me. Well, I want to know which it is. Number 1. Number 2, I don't care if my name was told, because that just shows that I'm a real motherfucker and that I'm going to stand up for my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And number 2, I want to know is, G, did you hear it, or did you hear it through the grapevine? Because you said on Savages that you didn't know anything about it, but on your panel last night you heard it through the grapevine. Which is it? Make it make sense.
I think The whole thing of it is, I think he's just targeting. Because I'll tell you right now, I've told Mandy several times to get away from there
Yeah, well,
because of the way he treated her. I
yeah,
told Mandy
well,
several times.
well, and
I
then
couldn't go to
and
G.
then we're not supposed to jump on G, or nobody's supposed to come at G for the Mark thing. But he's talking to Mark Terry behind the scenes in text messages.
Yep.
You know, he's got his number. He's not blocked. So it's okay for him. I can't. I just can't. I tried to give him a second chance and go in there but listen, I'm not no fake phony motherfucker. And if I see one of my friends up there getting shit and talked to like shit, I'm gonna write them and tell them, get the fuck off that panel.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
think I'm a bad friend or you think I'm a bad person for warning Mandy? That's what real motherfuckers do. They get their friends off the panel. They tell their friends, hey, why is they talking to you like that? That's what real people do.
Yeah. I had done it. I had done it several times. You know, get down off of there. Why are you letting him do that? Why are you letting him talk to you that way? Why are you letting him shoot you?
And then he said he hasn't let Mark Terry on his panel, but he's let him on G-Force. But listen, he was on Mark Terry's panel. What?
Mhm.
I mean, I don't, and he can do a whole live stream talking about me talking about it. I don't care. But I'm real, and I'm going to stand by my friend.
Exactly.
Hey, Kit Kat, I love you so much.
I'm going to, well, Mandy, listen, I'm telling you this right now. You better not go back around there.
No.
Because if you
Oh,
do,
G?
I will
I'm
never
not.
talk to you again.
Well,
Because this motherfucker is a fake, phony piece of shit. And to berate you like he did, he said that last night on Savages that you told him me was the only one that wrote you and told you to get off that panel.
No.
Now
I said there were 3 other people. I promise y'all, there were 3 other people.
See,
And
you were the only one.
I can honestly tell you that I was one of those 3.
Thank you.
That's
and I
right.
even said they supported you too, G. And no, I was sent. I'll tell you this much, Kit Kat. I was sent a link yesterday afternoon. They wanted me to join a private meeting, right? No, I did not accept it. I went into the private room and I said simply this: who in this room who are the 10 people that G said doesn't trust me? Because I need to know. And the only one person said they didn't trust me because when G was baiting me, trying to get me to show the text message you sent me, telling me to get off this damn panel, I've never shown DMs, and I will never show it, but he was trying to bait me into it, like, show me receipts, I don't believe you, and all this stuff. Well, you're gonna have to take my word on it, because I'm not showing you, DMs and stuff like that. I won't go against my rules for that. And so therefore I was lying. And there's Ziggy Zag. I love you, Ziggy Zag. I hope you're feeling better. And Tara, hey everybody. But I didn't. I had to walk away. I had to go get my brother-in-law to come back and do his chores, because he's like a kid, So he was like, I'm out of here. I don't got to wash the dishes or nothing today. He took off, so I had to go hunt him down and bring him back home. But so I'm just now getting back. So I missed. I didn't hear nothing that you said, Kit Kat, or anything. So I'll never be back.
What I said is there's a lot on G's behalf. There's a lot of hypocrisy. He said on Savages that he doesn't allow Mark Terry on his panel, but he allows him on G-Force. Well, that's G's channel.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Whether it's on G-Force or not. Number
That's right.
two, he doesn't allow Mark Terry on his panel, but he was on Mark Terry's panel.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I find issues with that. Also, he's berated Shannon. He came after her dead child, her dead baby girl.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
he's
God.
talking to
Who did?
Mark Terry.
Terry did.
Oh, that son of a bitch. Wow. See, I missed like whatever happened yesterday or last night.
So
I missed all of it. Well,
you're in
fuck you
cahoots.
for that, Mark
You're in
Terry.
cahoots with that motherfucker.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He's talking to him on text messages. Even with the
Oh,
fight,
yeah.
he's
Yes, that's a fact,
so that's
Jack.
okay. That's all
Yep.
right with everybody else. But I'm gonna tell you what, I am removing myself from a couple of people over in the true crime that are getting up on his panel.
Yeah.
That's my feeling.
Or they're a true
My
crime
feeling
DC.
straight up as if you're going to be around Mark Terry. I'm not
Stay
going
away
to
from me. Mm-mm.
Uh,
No, I can't get down with nobody talking
I
about
don't
shit.
like G
Go ahead.
Mango's goes. I don't like G Mango's. And I made no qualms about it when all three of us have talked. I've all told you I don't really watch him at all
Right.
unless somebody messages me and says, "Hey, one of your friends is getting their asses chewed at Mango's." That's the only time I've ever gone over there. And that night, there was one night in particular where Mango's was going at somebody. Mandy, you were on panel. You went to say something, and the first thing he did was tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what he said, Dragon Lady? He said, if just telling somebody to shut the fuck up, Kit Kat, if that's all it takes. No, Kit Kat has sat back in your chat and listened and watched how you
That's
have
what I tell
treated
y'all.
me.
That's
And
what I tell y'all,
I had
motherfuckers. I
two,
watch. I don't have
and
to
I
type in the chat. I'm there,
that's
bitches.
right. That's right. And two OGs, very OGs, came to me last night. I got a text. I didn't even know who it was, bless her heart, because I had not talked to her since I had got my new phone, right? So she's like, "What the hell happened with G?" I was like, "Who is this?" Well, I'm not going to tell who it was until she says I can. But she has removed herself. She hasn't been over there. And there's two ladies, and they were there from the day one. They were there before I even started over at G's. He's twisting my words, though, see, and that's what I don't like. He's saying that I said that I'm the only reason he got super chats. I never said that. What I said was, when I started going over there, you only had 30 people in your chat. Now you got 300. I'm just saying, I brought a few people with me. And that got twisted, But what bothered me the most about what he said to me was the other night, I was drunk. I'll admit it. And I hardly ever drink. So it only took 2 drinks and I was like drunk. But I meant every word I said. And he was like, he said something like that she's got to be on some other drug besides liquor. She's on some type of upper because she talks so fast and so much. Well, like Lindy said, in the South, we are known for not taking a breath in between sentences. We just blah, 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 that saying that to a recovering addict is something you don't do. And G knows I'm a recovering addict. And that was it was uncalled for. But, and knowing I got a baby in my house, he put that out into the universe. You know, how people can run with shit, and they do run with shit. I've had Weedy Widow calling me a crackhead in every panel that she can get on, and then chat she can get in. And so, but it doesn't bother me. I don't care. It's just the fact that, and then Carlos, Ramirez put out or Martinez, sorry, Carlos Martinez put a video out about G. So G, how does it feel to be accused of doing more than what you might be doing? Because you are thinning out, and your clothes are hanging off of you. I'm just going by what Carlos's video was kind of telling. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank you, Kit Kat, so much for the other night. I knew that you wouldn't care. I knew you wanted it to be known. Like you're Kit Kat. You want
Yeah, because
someone
that's
to know
what
you're
real
pissed at them.
motherfuckers do.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not one that says, well, I got receipts of this person saying this or whatever, and then don't show nothing or don't say a fucking name. To me, that's a damn liar.
Right.
When you do, when you say that shit, you can say you got receipts all day long. I ain't never seen G show shit. So shut up, G. And I'm really disappointed and disgusted with you. I don't care what you say about me or do or whatever. I'm just disappointed in you. When you come at a friend, and when I yes, I did. I wrote you. I told you, get the hell off that panel.
Yes, you
Get
did.
off that panel.
Yeah.
And you wanna, he wants
And
to
I
say
did.
my name. You're damn right. Say my name. Because that's what a friend does. G-Man goes.
That's right. And
Exactly.
I got right off that panel too. And you weren't the only one. And Irish, you weren't the only one either. There was two. I literally got 4 messages. Mandy, get your ass down off that panel. He is
What do you say last night on Savages? That it was just me. That you told him it was just me.
No, he said it was just. He said, and it was just. She says it was 4 people, and it was just Kit Kat. It was just one person. No, that's what I mean. He's twisting my words. My words are out there. Go to Jenny Jen Jen. She did a clip of it, and she has the whole part of G coming on. G came on Mark's panel 2 times to keep giving it to me. Keep giving it to me. Savage came up there to tell me to go to bed and everything, and I was like, no, no. But I will never be back on Mark Terry's panel either. I think him and G are one and the same at this point. And you know what I mean? Like I will you can't fuck with my friends like that, dude. Like, no, you're not gonna talk about Shannon or her children, dead or alive. That's a touchy subject to me, and I'll never ever support. And in fact, I unsubscribed right just now to both of his stupid ass channels, Mr. T.
Please stay away from Mark too. Stay away from G's too. Please.
Yeah.
I will never be back. I'll never be back. Kit Kat, if I was going to go back, I went up there last night when he was up there twisting my words. No, sis, I will never be back. Yeah, hold on. I got to mute. I'll be
okay.
I love you, Zig. I love you, honey. I see you in there. But that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. That, has been really bothering me.
But yeah, I mean,
really bothering me.
But I can tell you right now, if I ever text any one of you ladies and tell you to get down off a panel, I don't give 2 shits if you tell whoever that I did it. Because if I'm telling you to get down off of a panel, there's a reason why.
Yeah, well, I don't either, and it doesn't bother me.
Because
you know what I talked to you about last night, exactly. Irish.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. You know what I talked to you about, what me and you talked about.
Yeah.
And now I'll leave it right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it right there. I don't need to say anything more. My circle of who I talk to privately, if I have something to talk to you, just you privately, because I know you aren't, it doesn't go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Right. Same with Zigzag. No. I know what I tell her 100%. It doesn't go anywhere. There's only
Hi,
a few
Feisty
people.
Redhead.
Hey, Feisty. Love you, honey.
And wishing peace. How are you?
Yeah, they said
Um,
only ones agreeing with G are the ones kissing his butt to sit on a panel every night. Yeah, and why send someone a link and expect them to just sit there? Like that is so stupid to me. Like literally, just don't, jeez. And white noise, I seen you in here earlier. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it.
I mean, for a long time, Jill was on his panel.
Yeah.
And that poor lady, he would absolutely make her a fool. He literally made her a fool.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I could never ever understand why she continued to constantly go back.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and then this is it. Anybody can go to G's. Anybody can have G on their panel. Whatever. But don't come to me when you see me on someone's panel that you don't like. That's all I've got to say about supporting G. You support who you want to, and I'll support who the fuck I want to. Because listen, he's I'm just done. I'm so done.
I
Last
hope
night
you
G
are,
was trying
Mindy.
to
I
yeah,
hope you
last
are.
night he was trying to say show receipts from 2 weeks ago. What the fuck? It had been a few right. Yesterday was a week ago when that panel happened. And
Well, he said he had receipts of people saying that you're not trustworthy. Where's those?
right.
Yeah,
The only reason
Show
that
those.
one person said they didn't trust me was because they thought I was going to show messages and stuff of people telling me to get off his panel. No, I'm not going to. I don't have to show anything.
No,
You've got
you
people
don't.
right here telling you they said it. I mean,
Right.
when
That's right.
I'm up in the middle of the night and I'm texting Mandy telling her to get her goddamn ass off that panel or I'm going to put my foot up her ass. Yeah,
Right.
get you straight. I'm going to tell you I did it.
Oh no,
Wishing
wishing peace.
peace.
I would never.
Listen,
Nope.
wishing peace. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say something. Him saying stuff about the going private and stuff like that. He doesn't go private. Go private. He's talking to these motherfuckers in text.
It's not private.
It's not
him
private.
and 10
Anything
other
that you
people.
say, it's
at least.
going everywhere else. Believe
That's
that.
right. That's right. That's exactly right. I mean, and he tried to say that I got on Mark's panel and said uh, something about triggering his private chat or something. I had not even been in to those chats in probably a week because I just, like Lissa left and I don't know. I don't know. But I had not been around. So I didn't know what was going on or anything.
When you go into those private chats, trust me, they're not private.
No, they're not.
No, not at all.
No, they're not.
Somebody's screenshotting, somebody's recording.
Yep.
And eventually all that will come out.
Oh,
and when you say on one panel that you didn't know anything about what was said about Shannon's child, but then last night on your own panel, you say you heard it through the grapevine. Which is it?
Right.
Which is it? You heard about it. You knew about it.
The only
because
reason.
You know what? You talked about it to Mark Terry, I'm sure, in text messages. As he texted you last night while you were on panel, when it was found out, when they found out you were talking about Shannon's baby girl.
And Zigzag,
and
this was before I was on his panel.
So Mark Terry messaged him. So
yeah, this was before.
That don't make no sense.
This is Zigzag. I was on Mark's panel before the Shannon thing. And the only reason I even went up there was literally to trigger some people because everyone wants to say they can go where they want to. Hey, baby. Hold on, y'all. Someone's here. Let me see who it is.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, I just can't with that. And Holly Undead, you bitch. You Stupid bitch. Oh my God. I can't with that one either.
You know, I
Can't.
found it really, really funny that she would be in the chat complaining about somebody talking about what was said about Shannon and Rachella.
And that
it
it was selective outrage, bitch. Shut up. She needs to shut up.
Wasn't she the one that made the comment about Benny Strokes?
Yeah, she made the comment about that. Here, let me tell you something about selective outrage. She has selective outrage because she knew nothing about what's going on in the community. But God bless America, when something's going on with her, everybody in the community should know about it.
Right.
You know, thing of it is, you know, something was going on with me with Mama Beth being on Smoke's panel talking about my assault.
Yeah.
And Holly was told of that, not only by me, but by Zigzag. And Holly never answered. And she said that why should she have to come at them over something like that? Okay, well, to me, if you're my friend, you would speak up on it and say something about it. But she pretended like she knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, she has a selective outrage. To me, I believe she's a liar, a big fat liar. Where's the police reports, Holly? You bitch. And
not yet.
I'm not even gonna bring up Susan and the other things that she does and whose panels she sits on. That tells me all I need to know and who she hangs with. If you're friends with Witty Widow, that tells me all I need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need you.
Boss is another one. Boss is another one that Mark brought up her kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah.
That so sick. I'm so tired of these people. And I'm telling you, what is it that G has that y'all keep going back when he's fucking with Mark Terry? He's fucking with Mark Terry. Mark Terry is saying all these hateful things about you and Shannon and everybody else, but G is texting this motherfucker behind the scenes. Even when they were fighting, he was talking to Mark Terry.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Why? Why are you all putting up with this bullshit?
It's all a go-between. It makes everybody think that G's mad at Mark and they're going at each other, and Mark's mad at G and they're going at, and he's going at him, and the whole time they're just texting each other right and left. The whole time.
It is, and you know what? The bad thing, Zigzag, is Shannon didn't even know it until Savage was live once yesterday before she went live for the second time. That's when Shannon found out. She found out then on Savage's panel that even went down and what was said. And she wasn't the only one being talked about. Pirate, Rainbow, Shannon, Savage, they were all being talked about. Okay? Any dealings with Witty Widow, people that have any dealings with Witty Widow, and G did. G knew exactly what Witty Widow did to me and allowed her in his chat on his panel, and all that. But now, she's done something else, and now,
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to mute for a minute.
All right. But, what I'm saying is, I don't understand the okay with how these people treat your friends, your people that you're supposed to stand behind, and you hear them being berated and belittled and talked to like shit and horrible things said, but yet you're sitting on his panel and you're sitting on the enemy's panel. That tells me all the fuck I need to know. All I need to know. Period. Period. And boss, I'm sorry, that your kids were brought up. Witty Widow is an evil bitch.
Yeah.
She's evil, hateful, evil bitch. And if you weren't around when she did what she did to me, I don't know if you were. But my assault case, Embry Rose went into my real life and got my assault case of my rape. And Witty Widow went on for 5-6 months that nightly on me, saying, how I was a liar, how she was going to get his family on panel. Horrible, horrible shit. But people, tend to forget all that. There's some people I'm so fucking disappointed in, but I'm not even going to go there.
Right.
That have gave her a second chance and went and when she was allowed in G's chat, all chumming it up with her. I just don't know. I don't get it.
No.
I just don't get it. I don't.
Hello, love. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine, boss.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, she did. She did. You can ask, Zigzag, my friend. That was my rock when that shit was going on, because it hit me so hard that I had my own voice. I couldn't even talk. Zigzag was the one that was my voice that got on panels to defend me.
Yeah.
What really upsets me is I didn't even know that these motherfuckers talked about my kids a second time until I found out from fucking. I only knew about the first time because Witty Widow did it right in front of my face, because I have a video baby monitor where my kid is and it echoes. You know what I mean? And she heard him be excited about his movie and she just took it to a whole nother level. Like, bitch, I'm sorry that you killed 2 husbands and no one else wants to mess around with you. It's not my fault. And you're a doxer and you're a freak, and I just don't understand your life. And Mark Terry is right along with you, a piece of shit. And it goes the same for Holly.
Yeah.
When you hang out with garbage, you become garbage.
Well, yeah, she is garbage.
Straight garbage, dude. And she's wondering why I have such a problem with her. Well, her and her fucking friends like to run their mouths about people's children. Not just mine. Mine I could deal with. Mine are very well fucking provided for. It doesn't bother me. But what I didn't even know they were talking about Shannon's poor baby, and that shit set me off yesterday too. I love Shannon. Everybody probably here knows I love Shannon. I love Irish Dragon Lady. And wait, is this Kit Kat on the panel?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love Kit Kat. I love the way they speak. I love their visions. I'm not the best person in the world. I made my mistakes, but I would never do them again.
There's not one of us up here on this panel that hasn't made mistakes that we wish
That's
we
right.
could change. But the past is the past. It's what you do in the future that's going to
Yeah.
go. It doesn't matter.
Wishing peace. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people that, I've had support from a lot of people when all that was going down. And I appreciate it. And I saw the ones that did. I'll tell you this. When all that was going down with Witty Widow, Savage, Pirate, Shannon, we were all at odds. We weren't speaking back then. Angelo, we weren't speaking. We were on, we just weren't seeing eye to eye. Let me put it to you that way. The very first person that brought light to it all and did a live stream, you know who that was? Angelo. Do you know who else came and stood by my side when all that happened? Savage, Pirate, and Shannon. They were the ones that, you know, stood up and, you know, even though we weren't getting along. So, you know, I don't know. There was people
But-
that I was supporting that didn't even say shit. Okay? That's how I'll put it.
You and Savage and the girls probably were at odds, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know? And regardless, anything you always went through, I don't know exactly what happened with you and Woody Widow, but from the situations that I've heard about the bitch, I can just imagine what she has done. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's a horrible motherfucking person. Straight to her core, dude.
Mhm.
Who is legitly at work with their boss, dude, and is smoking weed and on a fucking live stream? Aren't you supposed to be at work, lady?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
when I go to work at night, I'm not on my phone.
Watching Witty Widow. Well, I quit watching her a long time ago when all that stuff went down and they doxed that poor woman, and I can't even remember what her name is because I don't even know if she's still on YouTube. And that's when I stopped watching her. I really didn't support her in any way, shape, or form. And the only time I ever really watched her then was if nobody else was on.
Right.
But what really sent me over the edge with her was when she wanted to put Stewie's children on a rape website.
I remember that. Because
Yeah.
that's when I first started coming around all of you guys and her, and that's when I really started not liking her after Stewie told me when I was on Lisa and Pegos back in the day, and Stewie came up and said what was going on. I was like, what the fuck? What a worthless piece of shit, bitch. Like, who does that? A sad, old, lonely old lady who can't fucking find a husband because she killed the first two. And I'll say that until the day I fucking die.
Yeah.
And I have no remorse for it.
That's what did it for me. And then when she went from Stewie, she went to Kit Kat. And that did it. You know, I was done. I was absolutely done. If she showed up on a panel that I was watching, I left. And then I didn't go back to whoever's panel it was. I didn't go back. Because if you're going to have somebody like that on your panel, you're going to treat your subscribers that way at one point in time. And I wasn't going to be a part of it.
Embry Rose. I'm sorry, Irish. Embry Rose, y'all. Now, I'm going to tell you something. She's the one that went into my real life and got that information and passed it on to Whitty. Not only did she pass it on to Whitty, she passed it on to Uni. And guess who Uni passed it on to? Corey. So Embry Rose is going around this community acting like she's an innocent thing and wants peace. Well, Embry Rose is a piece of shit, a vile piece of shit, a liar, and a stalker, basically. She's a piece of shit. Do you know why she went into my real life to get my file? Because I caught on to her malicious ways in the community, and I had her as a friend on Facebook. I blocked her after she got a hold of my daughter and wrote my daughter talking about how she wanted to kill herself, commit suicide. Then she called my mother's phone and left a message. That's when I blocked her. I completely blocked her. So what does she do? Because I did that, she goes into my real life.
Because you blocked her?
Because I blocked her.
Because
Yes.
she decided to message people who aren't even on YouTube, your family members. What a
Yes.
sick
Yeah,
bitch, dude.
that's what she does.
Embry Rose is awful. Now, if people haven't been around, Janie, that's another one. She stalked Janie. Janie put her all out there and stuff like that. But I don't know. She's a mod now back in Janie's chat. Janie, explain that to me. This girl, the Embry Rose is a piece of shit.
I've seen her around and I don't like her attitude, and I think she's just not somebody I would fuck with just because of her attitude. I've seen her around, but I've just never spoken to her, but I've seen her name, and she's just somebody I could not fuck with ever in my life.
Nope.
Her
Yeah.
attitude is just stank as fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what Zigzag wrote
Hi,
in the
Val.
chat, Jamie Kimbrough. That's
Yep.
another one. Jamie Kimbrough was in Widow's chat. We have screenshots of it. As a matter of fact, Ziggy does, of her asking Witty Widow to send my rape information to her.
That is so gross, dude. What is wrong with these people on the internet? Like, these are supposed to be? See, I'm only 30 years old, and Witty Widow is like in her 50s, and she seriously acts like a child, dude. How are you a fucking whole ass grown ass lady, dude, acting like a fucking child?
Well, she acts
Take
like
that
a
shit
child,
to the
but
bank.
she puts on this facade like she's this innocent and she wants peace and that nobody should be picking on her, and she's done nothing wrong. She's done a whole lot wrong for
Only
years
people.
on this platform.
The only people who say that type of shit is motherfuckers I've noticed, and you can correct me both if you guys are wrong, if I'm wrong. Whoever say, "Oh, leave me alone. I'm not in the drama no more." You're in the drama, okay? You're
Yeah.
in that bitch. You're
No.
lying out your teeth. Be real with it.
Well,
I'm-
Embry did a video on Crazy Daisy.
I don't know who Crazy Daisy is.
I don't
She's
know.
one of our close friends.
I haven't seen it yet, but it was forget who it was. One of the ladies put it in the chat that Embry did a video on our Daisy.
Oh my god.
And
On my channel, there's a video I did when Embry Rose did a video on me. What Embry Rose failed to do is to delete it 5 minutes afterwards because I got it and I reacted to it. And that's on my channel. So,
yeah.
Yeah, she does need to take a fucking seat.
she does. A lot of these people, I just don't
And
understand.
the thing about it is, we're all on here. I'm talking about the drama community. Just to talk about the drama, why do we need to go into people's real lives? You can't talk shit to that person you've got a problem with. You got to go into their real lives. Oh, because you know you can't handle that mouth. That's the problem. Oh, and Widow, this is a message for you. Go ahead and contact my family.
Did you
'Cause
have
I
one?
guarantee you, Widow, my family will cuss you the fuck out and tell you to go fuck yourself. I'm telling you that right now because my mama is nuts out of her mind, and my dad's an ex-convict. Okay, don't get it twisted. Them motherfuckers are some people you don't want to mess with. And my sister and my brothers will tell you to go fuck off. So go ahead, Widow. I ain't got nothing to hide. My kids are very well fucking taken care of. They could probably have more fucking money in the bank than you do because guess what? My kids have savings accounts, bitches. My kids.
Here's how I see it, boss. Here's how I see it. I see it as people don't have enough on you yourself to come at, so they go for the lowest thing they can, and they go after your children or kids because they don't have nothing else to come at. And that's another thing with Bombshell. You dirty bitch. She's a dirty bitch too. I can't stand her. and she's all trying over at Mark Terry's. She's a mod over there too. And, you know, she's trying to get back in the mix. She was over on G Forces in there too, talking her shit. Bombshell, go take a seat and take a fucking corn
Yep.
cob and stick it up your ass, bitch. Can't stand that bitch.
She's another one that she'll say one thing and then 5 minutes later she'll contradict what she just said.
Exactly. Yeah. She does nothing wrong. She didn't bring up Savage's granddaughter. You know,
Oh,
that
yes, she did. I have
yeah,
clips of
she
it. Yes, she
absolutely
did.
did. She's
Oh, yeah,
also said, to try to berate Zigzag that she was the first one that brought out to stand up for me about my assault case. She did not. She did not. Angelo did, and then
Mhm.
Zigzag went on Angelo's panel, so Zigzag and Angelo did. She
Yeah.
didn't, and I never asked her to. I can't. That's another thing I cannot stand. If you stand up for me,
Val, I love you.
don't throw that shit in my face. You know, when we get into an argument, well, I stood up for you, and this is how you listen. You stood up for me. I appreciate that support. That's one thing I don't do. I don't run around the community when I stand up for somebody and say, well, I stood up for her, or I said that in defense of her. You know, I don't run around and do that shit. I hate that.
Zigzag
You know,
is
I
such a
sit up
good
and
friend.
look how you treat me. Well, fuck you. Nobody asked you to, bitch. So why? Yeah. I mean, fuck.
Well,
Do it
See,
because you want
what
to.
they're jealous of all of us as is like Savage, Pirate, Shannon, you, Val, all of us. What we all have is genuine friendships that we made on here.
Mhm.
I have my genuine friendships with my best friend Nora and Jamie Hicks. You mean? And they're my riders. You mean? They just like Zigzag and you is just how me and Jamie Hicks and Crystal and we all have our own. And that's what they fail to fucking have. Is have genuine friendships with people because they're nothing but backstabbing fucking whores.
Oh, there's nothing in this world that would take me away from Zigzag. She's like my sister, so there's nothing that would at this point in time would take me away from Irish, Savage, Pirate, or Shannon ever again. Ever
Right.
again, because the shit that happened in the past, that was all, you know, shit that was told to us that we were led to believe and see it a whole different way. And, you know, when we got away from that, we saw, you know, the true people and the care. We just chose to see the evil, the bad side. And they're not evil. They were just standing up for their friends. You know, like,
right.
and we were blinded to that.
Exactly.
It's just really sad that these people can't talk shit on the internet, so they have to go after people's kids. It's ridiculous, or family members or anything like that. It's just disgusting because you can't keep up with our mouths and we speak the truth and you ain't got nothing on us. You mean that's just disgusting?
Mm.
Because we
But-
all know that Widow is a sad, lonely old lady who sits in her fucking house and gets no type of fucking action in her life besides YouTube. She's obsessed with it. Girl, you need to turn it off. Turn it off.
Yeah, I see the she's way too obsessed with a lot of different people on YouTube. I've noticed. I see people talking about her on Twitter.
Dude, who hires a fucking private investigator to go check out one of your fucking friends, dude? Who does that, dude? Who actually takes time out of their real life to and give away your money to get a private detective to go and search on Negs to make sure everything he's told you? Who fucking does that? Who does that? Would you guys go spend your money for a private investigator? I'm just wondering. For somebody on YouTube? Can somebody tell me?
No. No.
Nope.
If there's somebody on YouTube that I dislike that much, I'm not going to waste my money, my time on learning about them. I'm not going to do it.
I'd rather go.
I don't even do that with my own friends. I'm not going to do it for somebody I don't like.
Exactly. And see, because I don't know, it was about 2 months ago maybe that I got doxxed out from an old fucking person from Shoal Avenue. The bitch didn't even get half the shit right. She only got my family members right. And she didn't even get all my family members. It was pathetic, dude. And I'm just like, and then they tried to dox out my dude, who, I'll be completely honest, and it's all public record, so anybody can say it, who's on federal probation. So fucking what?
Yeah.
Like, you want to try to go after my dude who's not even on the internet. And because what? Because you think everybody's gonna hate me because I have a boyfriend that just got out of prison? You guys hate me because my boyfriend just got out of prison on a compassionate release
No.
and is on federal probation?
No.
What does that solve?
Doesn't solve anything. No. And number two, it's nobody's damn business. Number three, you know who's paying your bills? Fucking him. You are, and you're not paying his bills. So why do these people care? Again, they don't have anything on you, so they're gonna try to come at, you know, your kids again, and they're gonna try to come at someone who's not on the internet, like kids and your, you know, boyfriend.
Soon to be husband.
You're gonna come after them, someone who's not on here that can defend themselves. They come after that.
See,
That's cowardless shit. That's coward shit.
because let's think about this. If we took the internet away and we all met each other, do you think any of these motherfuckers would say any of the shit to our actual faces?
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
face to face, say any of the shit without the internet? No. Because I know what I would do.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't get it. I don't see wasting the time. I really don't.
Exactly.
Let me tell y'all something. You know, TikTok is completely different than over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Over on TikTok, makes these people over here look like child's play. They over there, when they're on something like a pedophile or a man that's coming after a woman or something like that, you know how they're gonna find out the information I'm telling you, within 48 hours, if not sooner, they have that information. And they have those people outed. Over here, you see what happens over here. Well, I'm gonna, you know, dox you and this and that. Look at what happened with the Diane situation. You know, nothing's came of that. Over on TikTok, let her pull that kind of shit. And the people that I'm surrounded myself with over there, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Over there, they got it down. I'm telling you, I was blown away. I was blown away.
There's something else over there on TikTok.
Yep, I found myself in it's the Porch Gang crew and the Bully Me crew, and they go after women beaters, child molesters. They go after woman beaters, stuff like that.
Well,
There's
you need to give them a heads up because High Street Paranormal's on TikTok now.
Well, I'll run that by him. They're going after this guy right now in the KF community, which stands for Kinky Fuckers, and
What?
it's kink talk is what it is.
Oh, is the Kinky Fuckers is with the dude that has like multiple girlfriends? Because I've seen it.
Yes. Now, yes, it's okay, boss. But listen, he is one that he put a bag over a chick's head, and all in the kink community, it's about consent. Okay, I'm not into all that shit. I just, from what's been going on, I've been learning, you know. So she didn't consent. He put a bag over her head. He also put a gun to her head.
What?
Yeah. So it's considered rape, right?
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't the only one that he did this to. Where he lives, there's women and child trafficking where kids have came up missing. They have already put 25 victims that have been with him that are a product of him. One, he had a Discord, and there was a girl that he had brought in or whatever, and he did so much damage to her. He said it's a tape, voice thing. He said that he left her. He didn't know if she was dead or alive.
What a piece
So,
of shit.
yeah. So
I
they're
haven't
on to him.
subscribed to him. I haven't subscribed to him, but I did see like going through the For You page, like just going through, and I've seen
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, first of all,
Yeah.
I know my worth, and trust me, this man wouldn't be trying to find no other female. Okay, I'm just enough in my own fucking brain, alright? So I'm like, what? Why? Know your worth, honey. Know that you're
Yep.
worth more than gold.
Do you know who that Ehud is, boss?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, he's a big TikToker over there too. And he beat this girl, and it started off, he's got warrants for his arrest, and it's all over TikTok. He's running from, running. He's running. He's going from state to state.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know Landini?
I've heard of that one.
I've heard
Okay.
of that one.
Okay, Landini has been on his panel, has been told what has been said and done to said woman, and he, done nothing about it, didn't search it up, and is standing up for dude. So somebody confronted him a couple of nights ago, one of the people that I, follow, and he said he just goes after trolls and scammers. What it is little kids that he goes after that are trolls that are leaving nasty messages on other people's things. He's going after kids, after children.
You don't do that.
That's
Kids don't know better.
That's what he does. He doesn't go after an adult that has beat a woman and try to bring some justice to it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
See,
I'm just
so
telling
when
you.
I look at it,
Go ahead.
when it comes down to like kid trolls, what you do and what I've always done with any type of we find out that it's a kid troll, we just block him and don't say nothing. Because it's attacking a kid, dude. You don't do that. Regardless if they're saying nasty things, that's for somebody, their parents to deal with. And you just block them and ignore them. They're children. You don't do that.
Right. No, you don't.
Block
Zigzag,
them.
I'm protected. I mean, I don't have to worry. I am not. You have to carry a hashtag over there. It's really, it's way different over there. If you're a part of a family, I just support them. I don't carry a hashtag, but I can tell you, if someone came at me, just like over here, if someone came at me, I can guarantee you that, it would be spoke on, and and they would be told to knock it the hell off. the KF thing that I'm talking about. I don't comment anything in their community because I'm not about that. I just, in the crews that I'm around, they're the ones talking about it. So I had to do my own, as they were talking about it, research. What, babe? Can you tell them something really quick? Really say something.
That's what I want to get.
You can't, if you're going to talk without your mouth. Well, come here.
I want to do what? No, when I want to ride, I see the point.
Where you want to ride?
The mine ride.
Really?
That, okay, go in your room now, love. I'm talking adult stuff. Go in your room or outside. Go in your room or outside, my love. Thank you. That was Raylan.
Oh,
She's so cute.
she is so cute.
Yeah, that's my little monkey monk. She's gonna be she's the one that's not gonna put up with any crap. Her older sister is one that has the heart of just a huge heart and is gonna take people talking crap about her and be the one to tell them it's okay and she loves them and she's gonna hug them. Raylan just punched a little girl the other day for taking Thea's phone.
Is she your younger one?
It's not funny, but she did. She ducked her because she took Thea's phone and ran off with it, and Raylan went up and punched her. Told her to give back her sister's phone.
Is she the youngest one?
She's the middle because Lincoln, my grandson is.
Yeah, but she's Oh yeah, it's always the younger sister that is always the one that's popped up. Take it from me, I'm a younger sister, so
Yeah. She's gonna be one that's she's not gonna take any crap.
And if anybody has those clips of that nasty slut whore husband killing bitch, I would love to have that clip of her talking about my kids again. And Midwestern Mary, dude, that one right there, boy.
Yeah.
Last night, in Boris's live stream, Mary was in there, and
I saw her.
yeah, she mentioned something about it being the anniversary of her mother's death, so she hadn't been on and trying to get away from stuff because she was dealing with the depression of that.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mary. That's the only thing I'm going to
I typed in the chat and told her that I totally understood what she was talking about. My mother's anniversary of her death was not too long ago, and so I totally understand what she was talking about and told her that, I'm sorry. So, but does that mean that I agree with Mary on anything or that I'm friends with Mary? No.
Oh, fuck no. All right, ladies, I got to jump off of here. I got to start getting some stuff done. I got a couple errands to do. But thank you for letting me come, Irish. And I support you girls, and I love all of you.
I love you.
Love you.
I know I could be a big mouth and an asshole, but I really do appreciate you guys.
But that's you. That makes you you. Don't ever change.
No, don't ever change. That's the reason why the first time I ever saw you, you were over on Jeff and Lisa's panel, and you were going off on somebody, and I looked at my husband and I said, I love her.
No, it's because I don't put up with anybody's shit. I come from. I have 7 brothers. 5 of them are older. Trust me, I know how to speak out.
Yeah.
Well, we love you. Thanks for coming up.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm to the point where I'm just so aggravated with the fact that everybody wants to go at Shannon, and that's the first thing they want to go to.
Well, you know why. You know why they're going after Shannon. You know why they go after Shannon? Because you go after somebody on the ship. You go at somebody on the ship, you know that what they're thinking. They're thinking that they're going to get some airtime, some minutes of fame,
Yeah.
because they talked about somebody in our crew.
Yeah.
So, the thing of it is that used to be a thing. We did used to react to every little thing that was done and said. Thing of it is now we don't do that anymore.
No.
It has to be pushed and pushed and pushed. I used to react like at the drop of a pin.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. That's what they want. They know Shannon is very well loved by Savage. So, they're like sisters. And they know, talking about Shannon, Savage is going to have something to say.
Yes.
So that's why they go at Shannon. Holly has came at me, and doing that video came at me and had Rainbow in it, and a comment from 3 years ago. Well, who did it have in it? Rainbow. Who's part of the ship? Rainbow.
Yeah.
So they knew bringing me into it to try to get me and Rainbow to go at it. Right. That's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But to go after Shannon's child is literal bullshit.
Yeah. And
look at my boy.
It gets aggravating.
Yes.
It really does, because I don't know if it's that they want to see if they can get everybody to go at them, or if it's just for the shock value alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Well, I think Turd Finder does it just because she knows that she's found something that hurts Shannon, and she will, she likes to. That's her thing.
Yeah.
You do the tiniest little thing to her, and she's going to do the dirtiest thing she can do, which, that's just kind of like, I know a lot of people think Carrie's a flip-flopper, and I do see that in her, but she has never been ugly to me. She's always been really sweet and everything, and I think she's just a person that wants to find her place. I could be wrong because I don't know like all the background and anything like that, but like the way she went at her, and I noticed, I didn't listen to the video, but I noticed she had her titled in a bunch of them, and then I heard some of the stuff on Shannon's replay of it and stuff, and my thing is, I think what she wants you to do is be her friend, befriend her, get on there with Facebook, tell her all, how she always says, you should tell all your things that hurt you. You should put that out there. It's therapy. It's just, no, what she's doing is she's collecting ammunition on you so that when you do the tiniest little thing, she can attack you with it. So what her followers and all these people that are crazy about her don't realize is she doesn't really like them. She's taken their money, but she's already jealous of them. And she's waiting for the tiniest little thing to attack them because she doesn't really like them. That's what I see. She's happy to take their money, but.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when we're in our chats and everything, and she starts bringing you up, there's like, every single one of us is in that chat immediately telling you, take a deep breath. She's just doing it to get to you. Just take a deep breath.
Oh, see, I'm not even watching. I quit. Diesel told me a long time ago, and this has been way back when she was attacking, like when she first started going at me about Bear and stuff, told me, don't listen. If you don't listen, she can't hurt you. She can't get a reaction. And she was right. So every once in a while I would peek, or I would see people talking about it on Twitter, and I would go look. And what it do, it she can't really hurt me with that, but it did hurt me watching her like say these terrible things about Shannon's kid, about another person's kid, and that really hurt me, because they're my friends and stuff. I don't know. So she was right. Stop watching. So I noticed when I stopped watching, I really quit giving a shit. And now, like when somebody will send me something that's going on, it's usually not about me. It's about something stupid that she's done. Like you're not going to believe, like the clip from her community post today. And I can say by not watching or not listening, she doesn't really trigger me. But Clancy did tell me when I guess I came in on Shannon's and she had already been talking about me earlier. And Clancy said, "Oh, I'm glad you came late because you were the topic just a few minutes ago." And I was like, "Really?" Because I don't really say anything about her anymore. And
Yeah.
so, but she's hoping you're watching. That's what it is. She's hoping that, and so she recycles you every once in a while, hoping that you're watching so that she can read, but it's the same old crap. So what is it, And the people that believe her, like even with the flannel stuff, it takes you 6 minutes to watch Flannel's video and you'll see that she's a liar. She says all these things about people like saying Randy, everything about Randy, which isn't even true. She's took one little thing and morphed it into something she wants it to be. And now that's what she throws at her constantly, about all the FOD stuff. And
I thought it was hilarious when she was going on and on and on about Savage's wrestling character.
Yes, oh my God. Somebody told me about that, and I think I might have still been watching at one point at that point. She really thinks that Savage is a wrestler and that she is such, and I'm like.
Because of Boyd wrestling, that tripped me out too. I was like, is she really like talking about the Boyd wrestling character? Now Savage, and we're SWO, you better believe it. Savage World Order.
Look at that baby. Hi, Link. Hey, Link man.
And wanting people to call CPS on her because she does that in front of her grandkid. Are you kidding me?
Oh, please. That's what I mean. Like,
could you go out and investigate that and find out that it's a video game character? Oh my God. Even if it wasn't, isn't wrestling like a profession now that you earn a living at?
It's a sport.
You're gonna,
yeah.
So
it was so funny. She was talking about, here she is. She should be at home being a grandma.
She's like the baby don't have a mama, And
look at her. I mean, when Savage goes live and stuff, her house is clean. And what do you see? Stuff for that baby everywhere. So you can tell that baby runs the show. So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
same here. That's why I had to get off panel because Scott came home for lunch and he had baby LJ, and then he had to leave. So he was like, he wants his mama. And you see me, I hopped right off panel. I said, give me that baby. Now he's back to sleep with his daddy now, so he's good to go.
I was losing internet connection. I had to like turn my phone and everything off because I couldn't even get internet connection.
That's been happening to us lately too.
Well, with all the rain and the storms that we've been getting, it messes with our internet.
Someone from golly, I don't remember where, but they said they had 7 earthquakes in one day. 7.
Oh no.
Isn't that a little bit crazy? Isn't that a little bit like unnatural or whatever?
I can't even imagine. I've never been through a earthquake.
Me either.
They say that we've had some, but I didn't recognize. I didn't know what was going on.
Have you all watched about that volcano over in Iceland?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Kit Kat. Snapchat had a thing about global warming and stuff, and it was a view of Iceland and somewhere else, and it was pitiful looking.
This thing has been erupting since May the 8th, I believe, and now it has been erupting between 3 to 5 minutes, and then and now the walls on it are all built up. And now what it's doing when it erupts, it's coming to the top and it's flowing over the side. The whole valley where that's at is completely covered. They're trying to build walls and stuff to stop it, and it's gone over those. It's bad. It's if you just put in live volcano in your search bar, you'll
Yeah.
see it, and it's live 24 hours.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah,
it's bad. It's coming over that thing like the Niagara Falls.
Mm,
The lava.
That's crazy.
Love
Can't
you.
mess with Mother Nature.
Yeah, there's a lake that is actually it's an old volcano that apparently somehow it erupted, right? And so it and it filled up with water. I'll have to look it up, but it has got the bluest water, and it's just beautiful. And it's just they have no explanation how it happened or anything, but it's called something lake. But I'll look it up and put it in our group chat. But that
Crater
is
Lake.
yeah, yes, that might be it. Is the water really
No, she already
blue?
had one. She already had one. Go put it back.
Crater Lake. That sounds about right. That sounds good. It's a lake that used to be a volcano. I know that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would love to go visit that.
Yeah. I visited it when I was younger, when we were going to California to see my uncle.
And my husband said thank you to all of y'all for having my back the other night, Kit Kat, especially
You're
you,
welcome.
Dragon Lady.
I'm telling you, I will be really mad if you go back on their panels, either one of their panels, or anything like that. I will not talk to you ever again. As much as I love you, I will not.
I wouldn't blame you. I would not blame you one bit either. Not one bit.
I said what I said, and I mean what I mean.
Right. Well, that's why I said I might have been drunk, but I meant what I said, every word of it, except for the vulgarness. That was a bit much.
See you get hurt. That's all.
And I love you for it.
And I love you too.
And I will not be back. No, I will not be his conscience.
No.
And his whipping post.
I don't need thank you for that, because I look out for all my friends.
That's right.
Wow. Scott was just like, he knew he had to listen to me upset for 2 days, and he was like, I was like, I'm just gonna leave you two, Scott. I can't take it anymore. And he was like, with friends like that, you're gonna leave them. And he put it for a different perspective, and I was like, well, you're right about that, and no, I'm not gonna leave them. And just tell him thank you for your husband,
Now he didn't
He's
even
about ready to meet up
me.
with Mark Terry. I'm telling you, my husband is just about ready to meet up with Mark Terry, and it wouldn't take about a 45-minute drive, maybe an hour drive.
He didn't treat Holly or Bombshell, talk about them and talk to them like he talked to you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But he didn't. He has said some things about Bombshell and said some things about Holly. And he's talked to them certain kind of ways on the panel, but not how you were talked to on that panel and on Mark Terry's panel. Am I right, Irish?
Yeah, you're exactly right.
That's what I've been told.
And there's people that he's really mad with, but someone that's supposed to be close to him, quote unquote sister, he was very vile and out of character. I wonder if he would talk like that to Savage.
Right.
He would.
I doubt it. No. I bet you wouldn't.
No, he would never. Nope. No. He has his certain ones, I guess, and I told him as soon as Bombshell left, it seemed like I became your next whipping post. That's what I'm being told. I'm just saying, people are, coming to me like, Mandy, he's always talked to you that way. What are you missing? I don't know, because
right. I mean, if you look at it, Mandy, he did it for how long to Jill?
Oh God, for a year.
Okay. Jill left. The next person in line was Bombshell.
Yeah.
He stayed on Bombshell.
Right.
Bombshell leaves.
And
he takes up with you.
Right. And my thing was, I hardly ever was on his panels. Here lately, I haven't, since the grandbaby, I haven't been on hardly any panels. Y'all know that. And so that one night, Tuesday night, was a week ago. So last Tuesday, I was a little giddy, and I was like, damn, I haven't been at home base in a long time. So I might have been, talking a little bit much, but damn, it's like it was just like every time I tried to talk and nobody would be talking, it was like, shush, and listen, my mother don't even tell me to shut up. My husband never tells me to shut the F up, ever. My husband knows. And then for him to call me crazy, and then I seen, and I get it, G. You named your live stream Sunday Nuts. Okay. He also called me nuts, so I'm crazy and I'm nuts, and I know that I am. But we don't need a reminder. And if he will actually do some research on mania, bipolar manic disorder, he will find that we tend to speak faster than usual. You know what I mean? I don't ever say normal, but faster than the usual person. That's just part of having, bipolar manic disorder or whatever. I don't know. But I'll never be back. I've asked to be removed from the groups. And I'm just like, whatever. You can keep sending links all you want. It's not going to work. I will never click another link to, I've actually been invited to come on a person that has 20,000 subscribers. They want to hear my side of the story, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I told them just give me a couple of days to think about it, because, I don't know. Like I said, everybody can keep on going over to G's and support him, because I'm sure they will. Well, I mean, they were last night from what I heard, but I don't care. I've never been the person to say, you better not go here. You better not go there. You better pick a side. I had to pick a side, but I'm not going to ask anyone else to pick a side. We're all grown, and I think that is the most petty thing that anybody could say. Oh, you better pick a side. No. Just keep in mind, it could happen to you.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. And that's all.
And it will. He'll pick somebody that goes up there on his panel to be the next one. And you'll notice it will not be a man.
Oh God, no.
It will be another woman.
Right.
I stopped watching after the stuff with Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have learned then, sis. I really should have learned then. And I don't know. Someone said, how does it feel? Well, it sucks. And, after knowing someone for 4 years, and you think you know them, and you think that they're, going to be loyal and all this stuff, that just showed me that you really don't know anybody like you think you do. Like, I know my small circle, y'all are my circle's so damn small. I had a meme I found, and it said, my I don't F with you list is growing longer, or getting longer, like daily. I love that. Makes perfect sense because my circle is literally in this chat right now. On this panel right now. This and a couple other people. That's my circle. These are the people I trust with my personal thoughts and things like that. Nobody else.
I've
Yeah.
got where I'm so out of the loop on everything because honestly, I've got where I don't watch hardly like us if I would get their notifications like I should. But honestly, like a lot of times, like I don't even know what anybody's talking about because I don't watch any. I don't watch Bomb. I don't watch Witty and M. I've never cared for STS or MFW or I watch the Twitter clips. I do watch all that and comment, but other than that, there's very few channels that I really like to just go watch.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a hate watcher. The only Tammy's really the only person I've hate watched. And I should have stopped that a long time because I've never had any interest in hate watching. So normally if I don't like somebody, I just don't watch. So, and now that I broke that little cycle of whatever you want to call it, then I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. If I don't care for somebody, I really don't go to their channels at all. Now,
Love you, Ziggy Zag.
hit me up. One of you guys might hit me up in the DM and say, "Hey, go check this out," and I'll go over and see what's going on or something like that. Other than that, I don't click on people's channels that I don't care for.
And you used to not have to do it at all when Stewie was doing his job correctly.
I know, right? Stewie's been slacking, I'd say, Lav, huh?
Yeah. I used to never have to look at anybody I didn't like. I got all the highlights.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
listen, it's like I said, just because I don't type in a chat doesn't mean I'm not watching and seeing what's going on. I have to do that because if somebody's talking about someone that I care about, I'm going to say something. I'm going to catch it and I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Right.
I might not watch the whole thing, but believe me, I'm around. Just because I don't type doesn't mean I'm not around.
Yeah, I've become a professional lurker myself.
Yeah,
literally.
I told all of you guys, if you sit back and watch a channel, watch a channel. Don't type in the chat. Don't engage in any way, shape, or form. Just watch it and listen.
That's right.
Do that for 3, 4, 5 streams. Then go back when they're live again. Go back, mute your sound, and watch the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll learn everything you need to know about the channel creator.
Well, I'm very disappointed in one person in particular that I've seen over on Mark Terry's panel. Very disappointed, and I just don't understand with her knowing that the things Mark Terry has said about Shannon and the others in the community.
Well, who is
I
it?
don't,
You don't want to say?
No, I don't want to say.
Okay.
I'll message you.
Okay, darling.
Yeah,
He came in.
Why did he go on Shannon? See, I don't even know what the hell is he going for Shannon for. Why? What did Shannon ever do to him?
I don't know. When he went after Kelly, Shannon.
He went after Kelly. Who?
He showed up in Kelly Huff's. He was in her chat the other day.
Yeah, he went after Kelly Huff.
Did he really? Oh my God! See, no.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kelly don't
check
bother
private
nobody.
chat. Private chat.
All right.
And
yeah, me too, Kit Kat. Me too, baby.
Shannon made a comment about it. And the only thing that Shannon said was going after Kelly and Brown Eye Girl is not going to end well for you.
He went after Brown Eyed Girl? Oh, hell no. That ain't going to end well. That's not a good idea. Oh, boy. No, it didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. See, I had no idea about this.
But Kelly doesn't really need any defending. He came in her chat and she stay so cool. She just kind of batted him
Yeah.
around like a cat with a piece of yarn. Like
Yeah.
she didn't break a sweat. She was just like pop, 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 not even saying anything, crossing the line, just like, and he was just getting madder and madder. And she's just like laid back, just like pop, pop, you know.
Yeah.
I was laughing and he's like,
Like a
you only
cat
got
with
seven
wings.
people. Only got 7 people in your chat. Well, who is this dude to even be over here? Which I only recognized him from saying inappropriate things at Shannon's comment section in one of her things. But then Kelly said, "Oh, you don't know Mark? Well, stolen valor," and just kind of, she didn't back down from him. He was livid. You could tell from the way he was typing. It was actually kind of funny because she wasn't breaking a sweat.
Kelly's OG. She knows how to roll. She knows how to roll.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I can't believe he was going after them though. That's what
Yeah.
I couldn't understand. I was like, okay, where did Shannon come in? Why was he talking about Shannon and her children? Like, what for? And then now Kelly and Brown Eyed Girl. Oh
Yeah.
God, Barry boy, you might as well just click off. Just remove all your channels, because anybody that comes over to support you. But you know, I heard Pirate had said something that on Boris's panel, she said, all of y'all be back over there tomorrow or later on today. Y'all be, in his chats or on his panels and stuff. And that is so true. Like that's happened so many times. And I still love you, brother 4. I'll always have mad love for you.
So has Mama or MBW or any of them showed up at his panel? That would be where I would think, just from where everybody talks about him, that would be his new road crew. She seems to
I
head
don't know.
that direction.
Somebody came in the chat and said that she was stalking me or something, and I was like, I don't know where, because I don't even think I'm subscribed to her channel anymore or anything, and we're blocked. We've got each other blocked on Twitter, so I don't know where she would. I heard Mama Bear was back. Mama
Oh,
Bear.
Lord.
Hey, y'all. Say hi to Sierra.
Hi, Sierra,
Wait.
beautiful
I
girl.
see
She just got back from the store.
Love
Oh,
you, baby mama.
She said, I love you, baby mama.
I love you more.
No, you didn't do anything to nobody for. You didn't.
no.
No. That
That'll
means
probably
I've always loved you.
that'll probably be his new panel. Her, Mary. Maybe he can get Tupez.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
Well,
odd.
actually, I think Tupez has already been on his panel once. Somebody had a clip of that. And I don't know if it was Trigger Minds, Trigger Chimp, or one of the other clip channels, but somebody has a clip of him being on Mark Terry's panel.
Is he back now?
Not that I know of.
Okay, because I saw
don't
where
think
for
either one of
like
them
a
was.
second it looked like he was trying to come back. Looked like him and her were both trying to come back there for about a second.
Yeah, I think they both were trying to come back, but I've not heard anything or seen anything. And I think that was the last clip that I even seen of him. And he was on Terry's panel. Because I think Bergs was up there. And I think there was four people were up there. I know Mark Terry, Tupez, and I think Bergs. And I think there was another one. But now I'll have to go back and see if I can find that clip. But one of them clip channels had it.
Tupaz always came across like, to me, like he wouldn't go on, like Mark, he won't go on, he won't go at another man. They go after women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my opinions on that. The minute he hit the scene, I was like,
Yeah.
no, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
Well, I love y'all. I'm at Wendy's and I'm going to lose signal any minute now because my phone's about to die. But I had a good time this morning with y'all, and I hope y'all all have a good day.
You too.
I love everybody in the chat, I think.
Yep, everybody. There's Val. All right, y'all. I love you, Kit Kat. I love you, Lav. And I love you, Irish Dragon Lady. I love y'all so much.
I love you.
I love
Take
you.
care.
I love
Y'all
y'all.
later. All right, I love you. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Yeah, there's so many of these channels I don't really know anything about, except for the stuff I see on Twitter. Like
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Shaney for Christ until all that stuff blew up on
Me
Twitter.
neither.
And I was
Well,
like,
actually, I started watching Shaney for Christ, a while ago. I don't even remember who it was sent me down that rabbit hole.
Isn't she on Instagram now?
Yeah, they're on Instagram now because she can't stream any other platform. I think she got booted from Twitch. Her Discord's gone.
Yeah.
did you know they do porn? Somebody put on Twitter
On Twitter. It is
where
on
they
Twitter, y'all.
where
Yeah.
they
It's
leak
actually on Twitter.
their
They're-
fans only or something. Oh my God.
They do
Oh
it.
my
Listen, on Twitter, she is showing her whole 1-acre ass,
Yeah,
and he's showing his wee wee. I swear to you,
Oh my
it's
God.
nasty. There's videos of him. You know what? Yeah,
that's what you want to
her
call.
giving him oral sex. It's on there. Am I lying, Irish?
No, it's all on there. Oh,
I only saw where somebody posted their a clip or whatever. It was just like the screenshot of their Twitter, and that was enough for me to be like, what the hell? Oh my God. Disgusting.
but yeah, it's unreal. It's all on there. It is something.
And
But-
he claims to be a reverend or something, and they're doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he claims he's a reverend.
Lord.
Now, somebody, I don't know where it was at. Is in one of the comments of one of the videos that people have been putting out about them. They were talking about their OnlyFans. They were talking about some other site too that they were supposed to have been on and been booted from. But I guess she also has stuff on Pornhub.
On what?
On Pornhub. Yeah, because somebody mentioned that in one of the comments under one of the videos.
Oh my God. I can't.
Are you kidding me?
God.
I mean, come on.
What is wrong with people nowadays?
I don't know. I just don't get it. I mean, who in their right mind would pay money to watch that? I mean, I don't. Oh, I just don't.
I know my husband, this has been years ago when we were young. One of my brothers for Christmas bought my husband a subscription to Playboy. And I was like, Playboy? My brother's like, yeah, it's a classy magazine. It's about the articles. And I was like, I asked my husband, do you even read Playboy? And he was like, no. He said, I was laughing at him. He said, I have no interest in looking at a woman I can't get my hands on. That was just his take on it. He don't want to see your shit if he can't get a hold of it. He ain't gonna waste his time. And I thought, well, that makes sense. But my brothers were like, it's all about which I will admit, when I worked for the prison, you would get bored on night shift, and the only thing you did have to read was Playboy, and it does have some good articles. You when you're down there watching solitary for 8-12 hours and you only there's not a peep and you have nothing to watch or do, so everybody kind of reads Playboy because that's about the only magazine that comes in and out.
Oh my Lord. Well, I can see that, That's funny though.
We used to joke it's safe to read as long as the pages aren't stuck together. If they're stuck together,
Yeah.
throw them in the trash.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Oh my God.
Some warp.
But I couldn't believe it. But on Twitter, I can't remember what the Twitter is. I'll have to find it and get it and put it in the chat. But yeah, it's everything in that Twitter is from their OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That has to be the one that I saw the clip on because it was some pretty graphic. It was just a little screenshot, but it had some graphic stuff on it. I was like, oh, ooh.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just, oh God, no. It just, I can't, it would have to be a really sick person to have to pay to watch that.
I know I can't watch them because just the Twitter clips I've seen make me angry and I made some really ugly comments. So I know I could not watch their live stream or anything because just some of the things he says, like you're on there begging for cigarettes, people to send you cigarette money. That ticked me off. I don't know why that pissed me off so bad. That pissed me off. Your kids were living in filth. The government pays for your food. There are people out there on disability that struggle, and you're living the big. I feel the same way with Trisha and them. You mukbang, you're going out to restaurants, you're doing all this, and there are people on disability that are actually struggling. I'm sorry, if she wants to do porn, that's fine, but that should be considered her income. And if she can do all that, she can hold down a damn job.
Yes.
You can sit around and play with your coochie all day. You can get a job.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if she can actually sit around and play with her coochie all day because I imagine she probably would disable herself trying to lift up all that weight behind it.
Ooh.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. My head spoke before my mouth could close.
It's making me gag just thinking about it.
Oh, God. It's like, come on. It's just, oh.
Some of these people. So I should know that there's people out there from the job I had, but I can honestly say I dealt with people that I have more respect for that were in prison than some of the people on YouTube. Honestly, there are a lot of criminals I had to deal with on a daily basis that I think were better people than some of the people I've dealt with on YouTube.
Well, one of the screenshots that somebody sent me, and what after all this, started out and came about and everything, I never should have looked, but I did, and automatically I'm going, oh, ooh, gross, ooh. And my husband looks at me, he says, what are you looking at? I say, here, you want to look at it? And he says, not if it's making you do that, I don't. He said, if it's making you do that, I damn sure don't want to see it.
Oh, I don't know. Next thing we know, Tam's going to be on Fans Only.
Oh, Lord. Imagine how that would go.
Look, she's so. If she left William,
she does everything in threes. She'd have to have 3 vibrators going at one time.
if she left William, I could see her doing something like that. I don't think she'll do it with William but I think if she, and I think she's trying to get out of there. I think she's made comments about people in travel trailers and stuff. I think if she could get out of there and get away, she would. I think she likes Trisha and him because I think she wants to be like Trisha.
Yeah.
I really do. I think she wants to be like Trisha. I think that's why, if you remember, like 2 years ago, she got so mad at Trisha and was threatening to beat her up. And I mean, it was just her stream on Trisha was like psychotic. Like she wanted to beat the hell out of her, and just jealousy all over her. Now, from what I hear on Twitter, she's over there in her chats and stuff, loving her up.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she. Can you see those two as a pair?
No.
It wouldn't last for. They're too narcissistic. They wouldn't last a second.
No. No, it wouldn't last long at all. Not at all. But that would be funny if Tammy decided to do OnlyFans. Oh my God.
A couple months ago, she was dirty dancing on one of her videos, and I was just laughing my butt off. I couldn't stop laughing. Because what I do when I used to watch, I would only click in, and I can only watch maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm done. And I really think she's always manic, because I forget that I always watch it in time 2 speed. Because I got to get in there and get out. So when I would click on it, it wouldn't be in time 2 screen. I'd be like, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, I know.
So
It's
watching
not-
her on their time 2 screen dirty dancing was hilarious.
Well, it's no secret that I really don't care for Vinny G, okay? But last night on Savages, that had me laughing so damn hard, what he did on Savage's panel for her birthday. Did y'all see it?
Was that when he was like had his
that
little?
Funny.
He had a G string on.
Yeah, he had a G string on at first, and then he changed into an orange glowing. When the black light was on, it would glow. He put that, and he was bending over and shaking. Everybody in the chat was laughing. Savage and the people on the panel were laughing. I am again, I do not care for Vinny G, but that was hilarious, and Savage just was enjoying it. She just got tickled by it and was just laughing and enjoyed herself. That shit was funny as hell.
I was kind of in and out, just lurking. But
Yeah. Well, we were getting rain and shit here, so our internet kept going in and out because of all that. So I didn't get to see all of it.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I think Savage took it down because she said somebody would strike it for nudity, probably.
Yeah, somebody would. They would do it just to be a pain in the butt.
And what did he have? He had like a strobe light or something on. I don't know. It looked almost like he was. I don't know where he was at, but that's the part I was watching.
He had a pole. He had a pole. I think there was a pole, and he was grabbing on. Oh my God! And he said he didn't know. He just learned how to do the squats, and he squatted down. He bent all. Listen. He bent all the way over, and that G-string was all the way up to crack his ass. I was dying. I was dying. That shit was funny. Everybody was laughing and enjoyed it. But again, I don't care for Vinny at all. That's no secret, and I have my reasons why. But last night that was hilarious, and he made Savage smile and laugh, and I guess that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I clicked on when our internet finally came back on and everything. She was already on. And I clicked over there. At first, I didn't think everything was going real good because, well, G was up there, and you could tell the look on Savage's face. She wasn't happy. And I thought, this is not going to be a good birthday stream. So I kind of left it on, just kind of listening to it, not watching it, but just listening to it. because I had some things that I had to get done and stuff. And the internet went down again. And then when it came back up, Benny was dancing. And Savage was finally laughing, and everybody was laughing. And then I went to do something, or my phone died, so I had to put my phone on. So when it got charged up and then I went back on, she was already off. So I didn't get to see all of it. And I don't know what was said on the panel or anything like that with G up there, because like I said, I didn't get to see the beginning part of her stream.
I
So
was reading comments. Val. Sometimes reading the chat is on some of those streams is funnier than watching. But that's when I lurk a lot. I'm reading chat a lot.
yeah,
Which was what I was doing the other night. But I'm like you, I was in and out, mostly because my husband was home. So I was just kind of in and out. But
got Jen out there hiding. Woman, you need to be up here.
oh, I'm hoping I get to go to Colorado here anytime. If I do, I want to try to do some videos up there. Colorado is my happy place.
It's beautiful out there.
That's what I've been doing a lot. I haven't been watching a lot of drama, and I've been watching a lot of these travel videos and just stuff like that. And
Yeah,
man,
my dad was in the military, and that's where I'm from.
oh, I love. Well, the plan is in 3 years to move to Colorado, but prices are skyrocketing, so I don't know what's going to happen in 3 years. So
Yeah,
may have to rethink that whole thing.
but yeah,
Craig, Colorado. Have you ever been to Craig?
mm-hmm.
Okay, that's kind of what I've been looking around a lot.
I actually basically grew up there. We was there till Dad retired from the Army. Then we moved back here because that's where all of my dad's family was, and all my mom's family. They were all back here. So when he retired, we came back here. But yeah.
It's so beautiful. My husband always went, and he because he likes to big game hunt. So every other year he goes on a big game hunt. Well, I'm a beach person, so I'm usually in Florida. I don't go to Colorado. So several years back he talked. Well, actually, my son was supposed to go up there. My son has a bunch of friends that are from Colorado, and they live in Colorado, New Zealand, and Nevada, and in Arizona. And they rodeo, and that's how, well, not the ones from New Zealand, but the ones from all them. So I met all of them. Well, they wanted him to go up there because he's a big hunter and work with them at one of those game reserves, or not a reserve. It's more like just thousands of acres where they hunt off of, but to be a hunter's guide. Well, we got up there and we went ahead and decided to take a vacation. We were going to drop him off, and because he wasn't going to need a vehicle. Girl, do you know he couldn't handle it? His nose bled the entire 2 weeks we were up there. So we ended up not even leaving him because he tried everything everybody was telling him. And when I say bleeding, I mean like at one point he had to carry a towel in the truck just to, and sometimes we wouldn't even be in very high elevation. But now when we went to up in the Rockies, he laid in the back seat and almost cried the whole time. He was in so much pain.
Yeah, it does. People that aren't used to that, yeah, it will get to you.
It bothered me, but about the 4th or 5th day, I started leveling out. And then I was fine. It would just kind of give me a little bit of a headache. But with him, it never did. And I mean, he was and that would have been a perfect job for him because he is a big hunter and everything. And but he just couldn't handle it up there.
Yeah. Where we lived at, I was in Colorado Springs. And we lived right at the foot of Pikes Peak.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I loved it. You could go out in the backyard and listen at night, and you could hear mountain lions.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I loved it.
Now, see, I have family up around in their Littleton and Canyon City and all those places, and then our friends are in Eagle and Vale. So,
Yeah.
um, but I've really been looking like around Craig and stuff. It's just when I first went, my husband goes all the time, so he was supposed to drive. Well, they kept running us off the road every time him or my son would drive. They kept running us off the road because they were looking at, and all these things going on. So I ended up driving and not getting to see as much as I wanted, but I just couldn't believe it. It's almost too beautiful, especially around Estes Park. And that's where we originally wanted to move to because we really liked Estes Park. But within a year of the time we visited, the prices had gotten so high. It just wasn't in our, wheelhouse to be able to do Estes Park. But Estes Park it's almost like my youngest daughter, she's traveled all over, and she sent us back videos when she was in New Zealand, and she went kayaking where they did the Lord of the Rings, where the big waterfalls and all that are,
Yeah.
and that was unreal. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen until I went to Colorado, and I was like, this is just unreal because you don't see that kind of stuff in Texas. It's just
No,
Have you
unreal.
ever heard of Ruby Falls?
No.
It's I think it's in Chattanooga, Kentucky, or Chattanooga, Tennessee, probably. That's probably it. But anyways, it's a cave or whatever that people go down, and well, inside of it, there's this huge fall that's coming out of the mountain into this cave, and they don't know where the water source is coming from. But it's beautiful. If you just look up Ruby Falls on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's beautiful. I took my kids when they were younger, and my daughter talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's what I got it mixed up there, Val. But have you heard of it, Val? It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.
Tennessee is beautiful. We went Thanksgiving and spent not this year but last year with some of the kids, and the snow coming off those trees, and oh my God, we went up in the Smoky Mountains and the way they change colors. It's just beautiful. It was and we went hiking. We hiked some mountain that had a waterfall. It's so beautiful. It's
Yes.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I don't like driving in the mountains. I'm afraid of heights. And the only thing I can think about when I'm going through those mountains on those roads is that we're gonna go over the edge. That's what I always think about. But I love looking at the mountains in like the fall time, or when they start coming back, because the colors, oh my God, it's so beautiful. But I have such a fear.
Then never.
Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Hey.
Then,
Hey.
hey.
Hey, Jen. She's been
Hey, Jen.
I was just I've been yeah. I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes. I'm at work, but I'm snuck away for a couple because I haven't been up here in a while. And I haven't seen you ladies in a while, and I've been kind of MIA. So I just wanted to say hi.
Well, at least you're back to
Talking
work.
about-
You're not stuck in your apartment.
Right. Well, it was touch and go there for a little while because they I was supposed to be on a certain project for a year, and then when we all got on the project, the client terminated it after like 30 days. Not at the company's fault. I guess they just decided that they didn't need it or whatever. So I luckily I found another project and got put on that one. So that's what I'm doing now. So that was good. We get like bench time, or it's up to 4 weeks where you where they try and place you, where you have to network, which sucks because it's a lot of schmoozing.
Yeah.
Once you do that and you get on a project, it's good. It's all good. So I'm on this one till November. So, and then after that, hopefully
Val, I
another
have to
one.
take you up on that one day. I love that.
That I was going to say about height. Yeah, there's this bridge that we used to cross when we used to drive from Dallas to San Diego when I was young. And it was somewhere in New Mexico or Arizona. I don't know which one. But it scared the crap out of all of us because it was like right between, it was like on both sides. It was just drop and mountain through the mountains. And it was just way far down. But my mom is a lunatic and she was like, that was like her favorite part. She'd be hanging out the window and stuff. And we're like, rein it in, Ma. Like, you're scaring us. Like, stop. The rest of us are just sitting there like, oh, turning gray. She's like, what? It's so pretty. She's going, oh my
Oh,
god.
I couldn't do it to begin with because I don't like bridges.
I don't like bridges either. The scariest I've ever done is the $1 Million Highway in Colorado. That was, and my husband and my son thought I was joking at first, but you have to know me. Like, when I lose my shit, I lose my shit. Like, I'm going to jail, lose my shit. Like, and I kept telling him, I mean, I was so tensed up and scared that I was literally having muscle cramps. And it terrified me because you literally, the little stripe on the road is falling off the road, and you look down and these giant pine trees look like your pinky finger. I was terrified. Terrified. I told my husband, and if you knew what a cheapskate I am, you'd understand. I told my husband when we got to Silverton, I was like, hire a helicopter. And he was like, you'll go in a helicopter, which I've been in helicopters before. I'm like, yes, I'll go in a helicopter. I was like, when we get to Silverton, you're hiring a helicopter and taking me out of here. I'm not driving, which there's a back way that you can go out that's not as bad, that somebody there told us about. But because evidently my problem a lot of people have, and my husband was trying to find a helicopter to get me out. And the guy was like, no, you just take this other way out and she'll be fine. I was like, because I was not joking. I was not driving back out.
Whenever we would go anywhere and we had to go on that highway, my mom and dad would search for a back way because I would be a basket case by the time we got to the other side.
Silverton's beautiful, though. I mean, it's so beautiful, but I'll never go again. I mean, I'll never go. I wish I would have done more when I was there, and we should have stayed at a hotel, but, you know, we didn't book ahead of time. We didn't even realize it was going to be that bad, but it's a beautiful place, but I'll never go again.
Is that in Colorado or Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Colorado.
It's in Colorado.
Yeah, I've only ever been to Denver and somewhere else in Colorado. Either way, yeah. The altitude gets me the first few days. I'm like, I can't breathe. I need some sort of apparatus, and then I'm just being dramatic. But yeah, literally, like walking across the parking lot, I'm like, whew, hang on, like bending over, like catching my breath. It's
my
hard.
son, I mean, it is. My son was like that. I mean, he couldn't breathe. His nose wouldn't stop. He was, and that's the place that my son was the kind of person that you could throw him out anywhere. He hunts, fishes, he would make it. I mean, and we thought, this is perfect. We want to move to Colorado. We'll go ahead and he'll start working up there, you know, part-time during these things. But he could not handle it. Could not.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe.
Hey, y'all, I love you. I have to get off of here. I love you, Irish. I love you all. Love y'all in the chat. Thank you for having me up. I'm going to help my daughter. So I love y'all.
Love you.
Bye,
just
Ken.
know that I have your all's back 100%.
Well, you know,
Love
I got
you.
Love you.
I know
Bye.
you
Take
do.
care.
I love you guys. Bye.
Love too.
I think when I go on my trip this summer, we're going to go when school starts because my husband's going to go with me, but I want to make a trip before then, just me, because in June is when the COVID hit my house and me and Bear got so sick, and then July is when we lost Bear. So I just kind of want to me, Colorado is very spiritual. Does that make sense? it's so beautiful that
Yes,
I don't.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So
And
I
I feel
don't.
like that in Arizona, at like around Red Rock area in Arizona, a lot of like metaphysical places are up there anyway, so it does feel very spiritual just because of the nature of it. But yeah, it is very beautiful. It's yeah, I get what you mean.
I just feel like I would like to be there during that time because this is going to be the first year of dealing with this, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just have just this feeling, but hopefully it'll happen. But if it does, I want to go to like some of the old ghost towns, some of the mining camps, just like be back with nature, just, you know.
Yeah, just to get some fresh air. I am dying to go on a holiday or vacation. I haven't been anywhere since, I don't know, March of when all this started, I guess.
That's
And
me.
yeah, I keep wanting to,
Hey,
I'm trying to go to
Pluto.
London to see some family, and the United States is still on a watch list. Or not a watch list. We're on their amber, we're not in their green list. So if I want to travel over there, you have to quarantine for 10 days, and you have to take 2 COVID tests while you're there, one on day 2 and one on day 8. I'm like, this is not worth the hassle. I'll wait until it turns they put the United States in the green. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I just want to go like to the beach or something, and I just
Something and just be away and just
yeah,
breathe.
yeah, fresh air, please. Especially I'm in New York City, so I'm really cooped in.
Oh,
I
I
mean, I've
cannot.
got fully
Yeah.
vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated. I had all my shots. I can walk on a leash outside without, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. But the travel is just, I mean, I guess I could go somewhere in the United States.
I'll tell you, New York City, I'm from a tiny town, Jen, like a teeny tiny town. And when we were all graduating and just becoming young adults or whatever, just two friends of mine got married. And the guy, he's like a cowboy, like a
Mhm.
big time cowboy, oil field. So when they got married, they decided they wanted to go to New York on their honeymoon, or basically she did, because she wanted to go to Macy's and to all these big places. So they went to the airport, got off at the airport, and they went straight to Times Square because she wanted, that was the first thing. And do you know they got there and he got out of the cab and fell out, like past this big guy, and he's a big tough guy.
No.
He had a panic attack and
Oh my
passed
God.
out.
What is that?
Like had to be taken to the hospital, the whole yard.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. On his
Oh,
honeymoon? That's terrible.
So I'm like,
yeah.
I can't go to
My
New York.
se-
You can go. It's not
Our
that bad.
my graduation, senior year, our trip was to New York. And we were told when we got there, and of course there were chaperones and everything, and chaperones told us, you do not go out by yourself. You go in a group. You do not go out by even in a group after dark. We had all these rules that we couldn't do. I don't even know how we had any fun at all.
It's a lot safer here than, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Giuliani, but he did clean up the city quite a bit. Like Times Square is very, very family friendly now and touristy, very touristy. It's a lot different. Yeah, it's still very dangerous here in certain places, but not like it used to be. It's been
Yeah.
pretty cleaned up and stuff. But yeah, I love taking people around when they come to New York. Even though I've seen everything, it's like I get to see it through other people's eyes, and that's always fun. And I get to show them
See,
stuff that like not everybody knows. Like, of course, everybody knows like the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty, but I take people like the unknown, like really cool like spots and special things that you can only see and do in New York that not everybody knows about. So that's always fun.
well, see, Fucker Mike, he does videos and puts them up, mostly because I bug him for them, but he's from up there, and he puts the most beautiful, I mean, like, there was some lake that they were at, and just, I never thought about New York looking like that, and he'll put these videos up, and they're so cool.
Was he with the lake? Was he in Central Park? Because there's like a
No, he's outside, he's in
okay.
New York State, but he's,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty up there.
yeah, I didn't imagine that. I didn't
Oh yeah,
imagine that.
it's really pretty. I've taken the train up to like Poughkeepsie area, that's upstate New York, and it's like it's a Hudson River Valley, and there's a beautiful river that runs all the way through. and
Mm.
it's gorgeous up there. In this any time of the year, like in the winter, I like it because it's snowy and there's like all these little cute bed and breakfasts and farms and things. And then in the springtime, it's absolutely beautiful as well. Summer too. It doesn't get as hot as it does in the city, so it's upstate New York is very pretty.
So I'm a Texas snob. I always thought Texas was better than everywhere. But I had never really traveled, Mexico and to Washington. But so I always thought Texas is the best place. Now, since I retired and I've gotten out and started traveling, I'm like, this place sucks.
Yeah. I grew up in I was born in San Diego, but I grew up in Fort Worth, Arlington area. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as I graduated high school, I'm like, I'm out of here, and I left Texas. I was like, I'm not meant for that state at all.
No. In Fort Worth and Dallas, and I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but especially Dallas has gotten so dirty. Houston has
Yeah.
gotten so dirty. It's just like, I don't know. I have a friend from Wales, and we've been friends for, I guess, about 12 or 13 years now, and he sends me all kinds of cool clips and all kinds of stuff. Well, he comes to the United States, but he's never been in Texas. So, he'll come and he'll go, hey, I'm going to be in New York. You want to come see me? I'm like, I'm not anywhere near New York. And he's like, well, me and the wife, we're going to come to Texas one time. And I'm like, no, if we're going to meet, we're not meeting in Texas. Let's go meet in Colorado. Let's go meet in Florida. And he's like, why don't you want me to come to Texas? I'm like, because if you're going to come all the way, I want you to really go somewhere that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Tennessee up to the Smoky Mountains and stuff. Something. But, yeah, but now he was in New York for an oil convention, and he stayed at, I wish I could remember the name of the place. He stayed at some hotel that's like an old hotel, but it's like glamorous, like what you,
Was it?
and then he took, what,
Oh, was this in the city or was it upstate?
yeah, in the city. And then he went to some steakhouses and restaurants, like real upscale, and I was just blown away at how beautiful they were.
Was it the Waldorf Astoria Hotel
That might be it, because it
or
sounded
the
familiar
Plaza,
when he.
the Park Plaza? Was it near the park or was it in? There's also the Roosevelt Hotel, but I don't know if that's so fancy. But it's really old, but I don't know if it's fancy.
It
But might have been the
reminded
Waldorf.
me of like the glam, like glamorous, like.
Yeah, it was probably the Waldorf.
And they had the doorman standing outside. And he was in his little suit, and then you walk in, the ceilings were just. I mean, I was just like, wow.
Yeah. When you walk past those hotels, they're all like normally in on Park Avenue, between Central Park and Park Avenue and Fifth Avenue. Those, it's so cool, and they have you can rent the little horse buggies, guys, and they can take you all around the park. It's really fun.
It looked beautiful. Now,
neat.
Our school trip was to Washington, and that was back, when you took film cameras,
We did that too. We went to the Capitol, right? Did you go to the Capitol?
Yes, we went to the Capitol, and we went to that.
Everyone does that in Texas. That's where your high school trip is. That's where everyone goes. It's like, God, can
My
you cousin, cool.
My cousins were so excited, and I come from a big family. So when I got back, I got my film developed, and we all had dinner together, and I was going to show everybody all my pictures and tell them about my trip. And my mom was so mad at me because like all my pictures were of like prostitutes, of pigeons. I probably had 200 because that's just not, I come from a little town. I don't see bums sleeping on the benches. I've never seen a prostitute.
I did the same thing, but I didn't take a picture of the prostitutes. I took a picture of the homeless people. I was fascinated because there was this homeless guy that was picking up cigarette butts off the ground and like smoking them or whatever, and I had never seen that before when I was that young. So I was just like, I took pictures of stuff like that too, but it wasn't a prostitute. It was like, why do you have all these pictures of the ground? I'm like, because it's dirty, and look at these homeless people, and I've never seen it before.
What's the park that has all the museums around it? The big giant park
in
Washington.
In Washington? Oh gosh.
Yeah, it has like
I can't remember the name now.
I can't remember either. and we got lost. And the other girl that was with me, she's a little blonde haired girl too. We got lost, and the cops were on horses. So it was so
Yeah.
funny. And this was years and years ago, you know. And they came up and they were like talking to us. And I said, "Hey, y'all know where?" And he said, What did you just say?" I said, "Do y'all know where my hotel?" And he was like,
He put you on the y'all.
"Yeah." And he said, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Texas." And he was like, "Oh," and he was like, "You are a long way from where you're supposed to be." And it was so funny because they actually gave us a ride on the back of their horse. He was like, "Well, you know, we're not supposed to do this." And he was like, "Have you ever been on a horse?" And we were laughing at him because we were even giving him a hard time, like, "Get off that horse, boy, and we'll show you what it, you know, we'll show you how to ride a horse."
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But
yeah.
but
I don't.
they
I got a story about riding. People saying like when you're from Texas and how you should be unnatural at like riding horses and bulls and things. Not true. Okay, there's a bar here in New York, and it has, one of those mechanical bull machines that you can get on and ride. So everyone was like, "Jen, you can do it. You grew up in Texas." I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't ride bulls. I can ride a horse. I can ride a horse all right, but I'm not like a bull rider." And they're like, "No, you should be good at this." I'm like, "Okay, if you guys insist." Girl, I lasted maybe 3 seconds and I was off that thing. Just
Oh,
like a
Lord.
rag doll. It was insane. I slid right off actually. It wasn't too bad of a crash, but I was so embarrassed. I was like, "I told y'all." Doesn't mean I can ride a bull. Come on.
When
Now.
I was young, Gillies was the place. I don't know if y'all have ever heard
I
of
remember
Gillies
that.
from
I remember the
from
movie,
Urban
Urban
Cowboy.
Cowboy. Yeah,
Yes,
Urban Cowboy. My mom and dad love that movie. I was way too young to be
Yeah.
knowing about that movie, but I knew
my
about that movie.
my uncle was at Gillies all the time, and Gillies is a pretty good ways away from where we were. But my friends all wanted to go, and they were older than me, so I had to get a fake ID just to go to Gillies. And they had the mechanical bull at Gillies at that time, and that was the first time I had actually seen a mechanical bull and stuff. But yeah,
The sad part is
crazy.
it wasn't even like hard to do. It was because I started you off real slow, but I just slid
It
right off the thing.
it depends on who's working the little machine. I've seen like some people that are like brutal with it, and some of them are not. So I personally have never even tried to get on one. I did get on the one that you get on in the swimming pool. Have you seen the one that you get on
No,
the float?
the
The
floaty.
bull. It's
Yeah,
a bull floaty in the pool and it has a
yes, I've seen it. My mom
Oh,
and
my
friends,
Lord.
she's in a little. It's so cute. My mom and her older friends are all in this little swim group in the summer, and she sent me a video, and they were all on trying to get on one of those in the pool, and they're like in the 60s and 70s, and I'm going, "Oh my gosh, this is cute, but also horrifying at the same time." Like you guys are gonna hurt yourselves. You're 70. Get out of the pool with the bull and the
Oh, my
alcohol and the wine. I'm like, lay off the wine. You're gonna drown. Don't go out like
Oh, like
that.
that's not an accident waiting to happen.
Right?
That's
And I'm
not
like,
without the
okay.
water.
I'm like, okay, ladies, calm down. Like, it's cute.
It was
It's so
actually
cute.
fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. That one was, but I've never even tried the and back then they used to travel. Like there would be people that had them, and they would go from bar to bar, and so they've been in. That was when I was young, but I've never wanted to even get on one. Now horse, yeah, I ride horses since I was
Yeah.
little bitty, but no bulls.
Yeah, I can ride horses fine. My sister did it a lot more than I did, but we there was a stable near our house that these other people owned, and they would let us ride sometimes. But she was more into it than I was. And then we did some horse riding in New Mexico once, and that was kind of scary because it was up in the mountains, and I was like, okay, this horse just has to slip one time on a rock, and I'm toast. But I was young enough I was just kind of looking down I wasn't looking down at the side, I was just looking forward and ahead, or down at my saddle, like, don't look down, no, yeah. But yeah,
That's what we've
that
been
was fun.
about Colorado. We're thinking about getting rid of our horses and going to mules. I have a little mule out there. I told my husband we decided we were going to Colorado, and my husband, I can't tell him that I want anything because he'll get it for me. So right before COVID hit the household, I had told my husband, we're a friend of ours has mules. He breeds them. Well, he had this beautiful little foal or whatever you want to call it. I don't know a lot about mules. And it was beautiful. It had 4 white stockings. I think I put it on my Twitter. And so I told my husband, doesn't your friend own this one? He was like, yeah. And I was like, tell him I want to buy it. So my husband messaged him, was like, my wife wants your mule. And he was like, I can't get rid of this one. Out of all the ones I've raised, this one's absolutely perfect. And he was like, no, you don't understand. My wife wants it. So he was like, I just can't, man. He says, I will give it to your wife and she can keep it, but it will belong to me, and
Yeah.
kind of thing. And he said, no, because we're going to move to Colorado. So I be damned if my husband went and somebody saw their conversation or heard their conversation and said, hey, my husband says, Bubba, hey, Bubba, they got one in jail. There's a mule over there in jail and he's really pretty. And he should be getting out of jail pretty soon. He was like in quarantine, one of the
Yeah.
rescues or something.
Yeah.
And so my husband, sight unseen, was like, I'll take him. So when COVID hit and we were in quarantine and my husband was in the back in a travel trailer, by the way, I know Tam likes to say my husband was living in a tent, but he was living in a travel trailer. But anyway, he knocks on my window one day, and where I can see out the window, and he's standing there, and he has me this little mule. He thought it was going to be one of the big ones, but it's a little bitty one named Marbles, and he is the cutest thing. And so that's what our plan is for Colorado. Anyway, my husband named him that because the Graham boys. He thought the Graham boys would that would be something they like. But he is so freaking cute. Of course, he came to us perfect. I was in quarantine up until basically September, the first part, from June till September. So he was here for quite a while, and I couldn't do nothing with him. And he came here perfect, and now he's as fat as a little pig. I'm gonna have to put him on a diet or something.
Spoiled little guy.
But he's so little.
hard
He's
when
gonna
they're
have
so
to be a
cute.
pack mule. He's not gonna. Oh, he is so cute. And he's so friendly too. But there's no way you could ride him. He's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to train him to be a pack mule. So.
Bless.
But I tell you, I love riding mules. I have ridden them quite a few times because Bear started riding horses when he was literally still in diapers. And we would go on trail rides and stuff, and Bear had a huge mare. She was huge. And he would have to have people put him on and off of her. But he would literally ride in the trail rides. He's like 3 or 4 years old alone. He would go do his own little thing. But people, it's just not as weird as it seems. Everybody that's on a trail ride is usually your friend and stuff. And his mare liked to lead. So she would always try to go to the front of the trail ride and lead the trail ride. And we would just let him go. Well, he would always get mad because he would say, he's got to stop and go pee. He can't get back on his horse. And somebody would have to find him, get him, and put him back on his horse. So he told his dad, I want a mule. And his dad said, he's like 4 years old. His dad's like, you want a mule? And he said, I want a mule. And his dad said, why? He said, so I can go pee. And his dad said, so you can go pee? What he meant was so he could get on. But do you know he taught that horse how to bow? And he would tell her to bow, and that's how he would get on and off when he needed to go pee. And
oh my goodness.
yes, it was hilarious. When people would see it, at first they thought it was really cute, and then he would get off and he would run away, and they're like, where's he going? I'm like, to go pee.
You gotta go TV.
And he had 2 really pretty little foals that his mare had over the last couple of years, and he sold them. And so when our kids sold their stuff, they got to keep their own money and stuff. So one day we were at an auction, and we would go to this auction all the time, and we're sitting there and everybody is laughing. This mule comes in and they're doing it around, and it was a hunting mule, and everybody kept laughing and laughing, and somebody behind us was bidding on it, and everybody's laughing, and finally we couldn't figure out what they're laughing about. We looked back, and he is sitting behind us with my husband's number, like bidding, and they were taking his bid. And he bought him a damn mule, and my husband was like, took the card away from him, and when he did, the whole audience was like, oh, boo! But he told his dad he had money and he wanted to buy that mule, and we bought that mule, and that mule's name became Bucky. And Bucky was a pain in the ass. Bear was not allowed to leave the fence out here because Bear was one of those little kids that would just go on. So we had 5 acres fenced off, and he was allowed to ride. And my husband told him, if you go through one of those gates again, you're getting your ass beat off. Because one time he took off and we couldn't find him. And we did not know that mule was a coon hunting, a mule. He hunts. so he can jump the fences. If you've ever seen those little bitty mules, they train them how to jump a fence. And so one day he's out there riding and he's gone. We can't find him anywhere. And about 3 hours later, one of my friends came and had him with him, was bringing him home. And we were livid. And my husband said, I told you not to leave the gate. He said, I didn't leave that gate. I didn't leave that gate. My mule jumped that fence. You told me not to go to the date. My mule jumped the fence. That little shit and that little mule. And so we had to, I'm telling you, he jumped that fence like it was nobody's business.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't get in trouble because he didn't go through the gate.
Not his.
That was
He didn't go through it.
that was his take on it.
Yeah, that's smart. I wouldn't have thought of that.
He fought that punishment. He fought it like you'd have thought it was Supreme Court. He did not go through the gate.
The Supreme Court.
No,
Yeah.
didn't.
It's like
Him
technically,
and Buck.
you can't even like argue it. And you're like, oh, I can't even get mad at this kid.
What was so funny is he would ride it everywhere. Everybody would see him on that mule, and he could make it spin. He could open gates on it. He could do everything on that mule. So when he got a little bigger and wanted a bigger mule, he went to go sell it. And a friend of ours, and my husband told him, this, you know, if your kid can't ride, don't buy anything my kids ride, because my kids have been riding since they were babies. But the guy, he was a field boss, and he was like, my kids have been riding. So my husband was like, all right, well, I'll sell you Bucky, but he has that name for a reason. That guy's like, I've seen that boy ride that thing everywhere, and he ain't scared of nothing. You know, they hunt around and everything. So my husband was like, fine. He sold him Bear sold the mule, his saddle, everything to them. A week later, my husband was in the little grocery store out here by where we lived, and the guy came in, and he had an arm sling on. And my husband, and he had like a mark on his face. My husband said, what happened to you? He said, I'll tell you what happened to me. He said, and the guy's name was Cisco, was his his last name. And he told my husband, your mule like to wipe out the whole Cisco crew.
The whole family.
The whole family. And I guess he was going to get on the mule and teach it a lesson, and Bucky taught him a lesson.
Oh, no.
I'll never forget that.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny. I'm gonna have to jump off, ladies. Unfortunately, I just got a bunch of work piled in my lap, some emails, so I gotta go.
Okay.
Love you guys, and I'll be around.
Bye. Take care,
Have a good
Jen.
day. All right, bye.
Yep, I'm going to have to get off here too and get some stuff done because the hubby will be getting off work here in about an hour and a half. So, but I want to thank everybody for coming in.
Well, you guys have a great day.
You too. I love you.
Love you too. Y'all take care.
I love it when you're able to come up.
I try not to come up too much because I got a big mouth and I talk a lot. I try to just lurk.
I don't care. You talk a lot and I have no filter, so we make a good pair.
Well, y'all take care and have a good day.
You too. Love you, dear.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.